Hello hi-fi_wolf.
Hello. What's going on, Hi-Fi? Good to see you. How's everybody doing today? We're back. I'm back from my work trip, which is great because work trips are not the most fun thing in the world, but they are a thing you gotta do sometimes. So I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I get to play some spooky games because that's what I like to do at this time of month. But here we are. I got my little friends out here. I got a ghost. I got a little Grim Reaper. I got some bats. They're up there somewhere. They're just chilling, you know, doing their thing. But that's what we're doing. Hope everyone's having a good day, enjoying yourselves, enjoying the start of it. The spooky month. It is Halloween. I'm taking it over. It is no longer Halloween. It is Halloween. That's what it's going to be from here on out. You know, they're always worried about people coming in and taking over things, and the Leems are going to do it. That's what we're doing. So, welcome. Halloween. It's right there in the corner. That's right. But I'm going to play some Until Dawn. Now, I'm not just playing any Until Dawn. I'm playing the new one, which is really interesting. So it's like a brand new, I guess, re-release. I don't know how to explain it because I guess it's supposed to be like kind of a remake slash like just like upgrade. I know it uses like brand new graphics and I think they changed some things. And I did notice they have a setting for like stream friendly stuff. So I'm guessing they have some music things going on that I'm gonna have to pay attention to. But that's right, it's Halloween and no W. There's no W. We take over the ween part of it, you know? That's how it is. It's all it is. But I'm gonna play this game We're back this week. We're going to go back to Omori on Tuesday, and then we're going to do some spooky stuff with some otters and a fox coming up on Wednesday. And then the only W here is these mad winds, baby. Exactly, right? That's what it is. But let's get this Until Dawn going and see what this is about. Now, I've played some of Until Dawn before, but I've never actually finished it. So this is all going to be mostly new. So we'll see if there's anything like majorly different at the beginning, which I may notice or I might not notice. We'll see. But I know it's updated graphics. I know it's updated sounds. I know it's updated a lot of things. I don't know how much of it's been updated, but we'll find out. So we'll see. You're gonna love this one. It's a banger. I know I liked what I did play of it. I know I did. All right, let's see what this is all about. Which one am I using? This one. There we go. Ooh, spooky already. All right, here we are. Until Dawn. I know all the other games like this. I know there's like the, what is it? Like the something pictures anthology. I don't think this is part of it, but it is by the same people. So who knows? All right, so I got to go check on this stuff because I know that there is streamer mode. I think we're gonna have to do that because I don't know what that means or how much copyrighted music they'll do. It says here they mute tracks, they don't replace them. That's a little lazy on their part, so we'll see how that goes down. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the OG had copyrighted music. Well, let's find out what this is like. Pretty good graphics. I do remember this game even back in the day with the OG was very nice looking. Even on its own, it was very nice looking. So I'm expecting it to stay that way and probably a little better, but we'll see. Sometimes when they do this kind of stuff, it can get a little weird. But we'll have to find out. Let's get going. Yes, this is a new story. Will overwrite your current progress and access to episode menu. I don't think I've done anything so far, so we're good. The butterfly effect. Oh no, is Josh Hartnett in this one? Are we going to see Josh Hartnett? Wings. All right. I mean, I know the concept. They're just basically like, oh, you make decisions that could change everything in the future. It's like, yeah, Mass Effect said that too, but it didn't really quite work out that well for them. So we'll see about that. We shall see about that. You see the Freddie Mercury? You might see Freddie Mercury. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him. Your story is one of many possibilities. Hell yeah. Choose your actions carefully. Okay. I will. I will do my best. Ew. I love the environments. They're very pretty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell when the music's supposed to be in there, but we'll find out. Oh no. I'm scared. Me too. That's a very intimidating looking knife, but maybe not as dangerous slashing as you might think because it's got the serrated thing going. So I don't know. I still wouldn't want to be on the other end of that. The lighting is very good in this version. I'll give him that. The lighting looks very nice. Face is a little weird. Jacket's great. What the hell? At moments in the story, you will need to stay still. Hold the controller still and don't panic. Try it now. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, no. Why would I want... You said not to do that. You literally said not to do that. Okay, I did do it. You said just a second ago not to do that. If you move too much, there will be consequences. Oh, good. Look at that. Oh my God. The like detail on this deer though. I did it. This should be fine. I did it. I think I did good. Did I do good? I think oh, okay, bye. Maybe I didn't do good. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You won? I won. I won the deer games. Roll credits. Game over. Perfect. Nothing bad happens now. Are they about to do it? Are they about to play the music? If they don't play music, I'll do it for them. Hannah breathing. Okay, perfect. It's good to know who you are, Hannah. Or are you Hannah? Are you
Jeez,
Beth?
Josh, once again, brother, you've outdone us all.
Oh, brother. Brother of mine. Let me check on one thing here. Is the sound all the way up? It is not. Wait. No, volume is not all the way up. Okay. There we go. Subtitles 10. They don't even need to do words. True. Okay. There we go. Joshy Washy. Oh no, you're so drunk right now. Oh, Joshy, what did we say about getting this drunk? It's not good for your health. You okay there, Hannah? What's the letter say? I have a feeling with that computer back there, there should be music going. I'll do it for them. I'll make this happen. There. This is what they're listening to on that computer. Oh, turn that off for a second. Good to know she's breathing and whimpering, though. That's good. Yes, very good. I will say, I'm pretty sure the cast for this game was actually very, very good. Because, like, I mean, Josh is Rami Malek, who's like an Academy Award-winning actor. I think, not this blonde, but the other, that one there. Isn't that Hayden Panettiere? Hayden Panettiere? Hayden Panettiere? I can't say her name. Is it? I'm sure it's something like that.
Just because he's
panoramically perfect.
Mean he belongs to everyone. Mike is my man.
Yeah, Mike is my man. Look at that guy. Look at that jawline. That one.
Say, darling.
I think that guy's someone I know too. He might have been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mike. All right. Oh, sigh. I could tell. Oh no. Oh no, look what they did to this poor kid. Oh, I get to move. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look around this kitchen, huh? Beautiful kitchen. Whose house is this? And how did they get this kind of moolah? Because this is not cheap. None of this would be cheap. This is a really expensive house. Is that a light for... Oh. I can open that. Bro had it coming. Fair enough. I don't know why he would... I don't remember why he would have it coming. I think I'm supposed to go to the kitchen, not anywhere else. But... Oh, well... Got to play the prequel, Eventual Morning to find out whose house. Oh, okay. There's a prequel? I didn't know there was a prequel. I'm outside. I don't think I want to be out here. It's cold. Don't you think it's cold, Beth? Oh, okay. No, there's not. Okay. This is Beth, right? I will say the graphics on this are really good. Like the lighting and the textures are really good. The faces a little weird. I'm going to say that. Like the faces are a little strange. But that's hard to do. But the lighting and textures are very realistic. Ooh, there's something at this window. Oh, no, I shouldn't have checked that window.
Hey, did you see that?
Who are you talking to?
This weekend.
Who are you talking to?
Josh.
He's dead, kind of. He's mostly dead. He's like from The Princess Bride, mostly dead. All right. I can't go that way. I mean, look at that. They even got like the little mini fridges in the counter. That's pretty cool. Oh. Ooh. It's been fun hanging out with you. No one gets me like you do. Come find me later. I'll be waiting. Mike. Oh, no. Ooh, right? Ooh, someone's got a crushy crush.
Oh my God. What did our naive sister get herself into now?
Who talks like that? Who says words in those orders? Okay. See, this is where I'm guessing music's supposed to be playing, so I'll do it for them. This kind of works. It's better than nothing. Otherwise, this would have been really awkward. Let me see if I can find a banger. It's going to be like lo-fi the entire way here. Okay, we'll go with this. This seems good. What are they doing? I feel like it might be a little dark. Hold on. Can I change that? Apparently not. Okay. They're like, no, you may not change whether or not it's too dark, you asshole. Okay, fine. I won't then. Can't see, skill issue, have fun. Okay. Oh, no. That's a bad idea. You don't want to get that drunk. Thanks, game. Oh. Whoa. Hey, listen, lady. What are they doing? Did she just give her, like, cat fingers? They're like, here's some kitty fingers. Rawr. Meow. What are you doing? I love the little like villain in a chair type stance, you know? It's like, hello, you've wandered into my lair. Mike.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Hannah. All right, it's probably come off now.
I got your note.
Glad you can make it.
Hey.
Maybe we should start with a little, you know, making out.
Oh.
See where it goes from there.
All right. I never thought you would ask, Mike. Oh, hey. Calm down there. Whoa. Hey. All right, do I need to censor this?
Oh my God.
Do I need to censor this? Am I going to have to put my face here? I hope not.
Hannah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Don't. It's just a stupid prank.
Oh, no. They're ruining their fun. Oh, how embarrassing for you. What is that camera? Just a prank, bro.
I'm sorry, Hannah. This all got out of hand.
it all got out of hand. Wasn't that the prank?
You guys are jerks. You know that? Hannah!
How did it get out of hand? What did you think was going to happen? All right, bye. That don't seem like... This is a pretty big house. I feel like if you want to run away to get from everybody, you can find a corner that's not that bad. I'm pretty sure you can do it. Oh, what's this? I need to wake Josh. I'm sure that'll be good. Josh, wake up, you little bastard.
Josh. Josh. Fuck.
Yeah, you could have your own chunk of the house to run away from. You could. You literally could.
Hannah!
What's going on? Where's she going?
I don't know.
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Hannah.
Oh, it's just a prank, Han.
Just messing around.
Didn't seem like much of a prank. Matchbox, what's going on? Ah, thank you. Nom, 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 nom. A little cold for some water, but hopefully it's warm, lukewarm water, because I'm okay.
To see right now, Mike.
It's just a prank, Han.
Hannah!
Hannah? Hannah Banana? Hannah Banana, where are you? Oh. Hello? Who there? Okay. It's just some crows, I guess.
Boy, such a good boy.
Thank you. I am a good boy. Yep, that's me. Where am I going? It's so dark. It's so dark out. Oh, phone. Ooh. Let's take a look around. Huh, seems like there's a gap there. Convenient. Convenient for me to sneak through. Did Hannah go this way? How would I know? Am I just guessing? Oh, yes. Ominous cabin in the woods with broken fence. Perfect place for me to go. This seems like... no. Ah! I'm still going there, I bet. Despite it being obviously dumb. Huh? Who there? Who there? Ah! See, that's why you don't pet deer in the wild. They come back. That's why you don't feed the geese or the deer, because then they come back and scare you and almost kill you with their antlers and such. Oh, yeah, there's that place I definitely want to go to. Dilapidated shack. My favorite. Why are they doing the Dutch angle? Why are they doing the Dutch angle? Oh, God. It's the Love Shack, baby. The Love Shack. A little old place where we can get together. Love Shack. Okay, there it is. Looks good. I'm pretty sure it's safe. Nothing about that looks bad. In we go. This is gonna be fine. Doors normally just do those kind of things, you know? Nothing to worry about. Hello? Oh. Ah! That's tuna? Oh shit, that's not good at all. What the fuck? Average store energy, to be honest. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, that's not good. Here we go, I gotta go. Time to make the correct input. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna take the safe route because that's a smart thing to do. I'm sure it'll save me. Run, Beth, run! Footprints or noise? Footprints, obviously. They could definitely only be Hannah's and nobody else's, obviously. Oh, I couldn't tell the difference between deer and a woman. My hunting abilities need a little work, okay? Little bit of work here. Damn it, Hannah.
Where are you?
God damn it, Hannah. What is wrong with you? Oh, there she is.
Hannah. Hannah. Hello? Hannah. Oh my god, you must be freezing.
Probably. You're not wearing anything.
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, you ran out into the cold with no clothes. Like, no good clothes. Oh, shit.
Hello,
Hello,
Marla.
Marla, what's going on?
5001.
How you doing? What was that sound? All right, run, run, run. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Better than these two. I can tell you that. Oh, shit. Way better than these two. Hannah's the worst. Leave her behind. You no. Leave Hannah behind. You may survive.
Jesus Christ.
Why am I only just that far away from? Oh, God. Oh, Until Dawn? It is. Yes, it's the remake or whatever it is. I'm really not sure what this classifies as.
Fuck. No.
Get with it, girl. Oh, God. Ah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Ah. Hi. That's a weird outfit. Do you normally wear that? Is that drop Hannah? Hell yeah. Bye, Hannah. I gotta go. I'm sure that'll come back to bite me later, but oh, well, it didn't save me at all, so that's fine. Oh, God. Oh. I'm sure they're fine. Damn. They ain't gonna be an Until Dawn too. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing no. Hello? Dr. AJ Hill. All right. Oh, I do remember this guy. He's weird. He's got the weirdest face.
Before we begin, there are a few things I need to make sure you understand. You see, no one can change what happened last year. The past is beyond our control. You have to accept this in order to move forward. But there is freedom in this revelation. Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future. I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game. Every single choice will affect your fate and the fate of those around you. So, you have committed to commence with this game. This is significant, and I want to help you see it through.
All right, I appreciate that. That's very helpful.
Sometimes these things can be a little scary, even terrifying. But I'm here to
Stinky.
make sure that no matter
I don't know
how
about that,
upsetting
Stoner. He looks like he smells pretty good, actually. Gotta say right off the bat, the mix of this voice cast is so much better than the OG. Had the largest mid-range hump sounded in Chalky in this original. That's good they fixed that then. I'm glad they fixed that. He looks rather pleasant. Like he's at least very, like, you know, nice looking. He looks like he presses his shirt. I'm guessing it's clean laundry. I think he's fine. I don't know about that.
most out of this experience.
Why are you pursing your lips like that? Okay. Weird. Very strange. I'll bet he knows how to do an oil change. He might. He might know how to do an oil change. That's a fair assessment. What am I looking at? It looks like a scarecrow and a barn. It's a nice photo though. It's not really a photo, it's like a picture. It's like a painting. Like a watercolor. Or maybe a chalk. Maybe it's chalk or like pastel? I can't tell. What do you think, Doctor? Pastel or watercolor?
How did that picture make you feel?
I wanted to know what it was made from. I wasn't really thinking about that. Oh, I feel uneasy. It makes me happy. Damn, Dr. Hill, what's your DeviantArt? Right? I'm gonna go with, I mean, the scarecrow thing's supposed to make it seem,
toy.
you know what I mean? Scarecrow thing, but it's not that bad. It looks really sunny.
That's good.
Hello, dog toy. How's it going? Indeed. It's very bright and the sunshine. It's peaceful. It looks very peaceful. I think that's what it is. It's peaceful.
Good boy, such a good boy.
Thank you. I am a good boy. I agree.
Would it make you
Very
happy
much
to
agree.
spend the whole week here all by yourself?
No, probably wouldn't. I am blind. I'm very blind now. That's fun. All right, let's see. Would I do it? I don't know. Would I spend the whole week there? Sure, why not?
Huh. And what if I told you that this cottage was haunted?
How would you know? I wouldn't care. I'd be scared. I don't believe in... Is there a cottage? That looks like a barn. Where's the cottage? Hold on. You said the cottage was... See, now I don't believe you because there is no cottage. There's a barn. And so I would go to the barn, which semantically speaking, I don't look like a haunted place. It doesn't look like one. And also, he's talking about a cottage that doesn't exist. So I don't care.
A level-headed response. But everyone is frightened of something.
Why are you smiling like that? That's really creepy.
I wonder what it is that does frighten you. I really do.
Okay. We'll find out together. You and me.
Sorry, we're out of time.
Okay. That's good to know. The cottage is the ghost. You can't see it because it's a ghost. It's a ghost cottage? Literally a ghost cottage or a cottage ghost. I guess it would be a cottage ghost. Or no, I guess both of those could mean two things. I would love to see a house that like a full ghost of a house. That'd be cool. All right, bye, Dr. Hill. Great meeting you. So this isn't copyrighted because it would have muted it. It is Hayden Penetratoranium.
Hello, Acid Games
Penetratoranium.
streams.
Hey, Acid Games, how's it going? Hayden Penetratoranity. Rami Malik. Going well? I'm glad to hear it. Oh, that's pretty intimidating, I guess. Megalite 5 million. That's pretty. Oh, it is Brett Dalton. Okay, so he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before they stopped doing that. Is that a wolf? Just a random wolf? Peter Stormare. I know him too. He's been in a lot of movies and shows. Oh no, it's the nudes. You know how cold it is out there? That was me, for real. Well, now we know where you are in this game now. Cold? It's 50 degrees. Oh my God! Welcome, Ollie! Ollie the Foxo. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Whoa, look at that. There they are. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the 1-year anniversary of this horrible tragedy.
Don't you know? Every game has to have one asterisk edgy wolf cameo to meet its fur quota.
Right?
I'm surprised you missed.
How's it going, Ollie? How's it going, everyone? How was your stream? What were you guys up to today?
Like all good lone wolves do.
Let me take a look here and see what you guys are up to.
Very mysterious.
There he is. Damn, Nathan. The grippers are barking today, right? Okay, let's see what you got here. Playing VR chat. Nice. How was VR chat?
There is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
Was doing some spooky? Nice. Well, you came to the right place. You came to the right place. Very dramatic, very mysterious, very so demure, right? Radio from the Pines.
On this, the anniversary of the mysterious disappearance of Hannah and Beth Washington.
The mysterious disappearance.
Hello, friends and fans. All right, let's
oh, hey. Rami Malik, Mr. Robot. It's pretty good. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. I hope you guys had a great time doing some spookies. Welcome to Halloween. It is Halloween time. It is Freddie Mercury. You're right. You're right.
Excited to welcome all my pals back.
Was funny? That's awesome.
Winter getaway.
But I appreciate you rating. I appreciate having your wonderful community here hanging out with us today on Halloween. That's catchy. I like it too. It is very good. The elephant in the room. Oh, Hayden Penetratoranium. Hayden Penetratit.
It's going to be tough on all of us going back after what happened.
Damn, it really looks like Rami Malek now. I can very much tell that's Remy Malek. Are these supposed to be high school kids? I can't remember. Are they supposed to be high schoolers?
That we're doing this.
Hayden panoramic picture, right?
I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together. You know, thinking of them. I really want to spend some quality time with each and every one of you.
Oh.
And, just share some moments.
I want to spend some quality time with you, Joshy, Washi. They're all in their mid-30s, it looks like. I know. I think they're late teens, early 20s, if I remember. No, they're not, but we can pretend for sure.
Fucking porn stars, okay? Make this one trip we will never forget, all right? Yes!
All right. Back to where it all began. So they came back a year later. They didn't even take 1 year off. One of those things when they're supposed to be, but very clearly not. Basically, every show in the 80s then is what you're telling me. Every show in the 80s and 90s. They took exactly 1 year off and then went back to Blackwood Pines because that's not a scary name for, oh, this is starting off great. This is starting off real great. Yep, there it goes. Love that guy's here. Sam, Hannah's best friend. Diligent, considerate, and brave. She's so brave. That's good. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Hello?
Do I have that one? I feel like I do.
Someone there?
I don't know if I do. Who's there? Who's there? Who's doing the things? Uh-oh. Path to Cable Car Station, 1902. Do we really need the military time in this game? Does that make sense here? I do love the lighting in this is so well done. I love that. Someone else has been here. Someone was here before me. That's very suspicious. There's a note. Maybe it'll tell me who.
What?
The gates busted, climb over. Chris? Who the hell is Chris? Oh, he was the guy who got his face drawn on, right? Okay, so 2 subject directions, then take 38 Calgary Ask Driver to stop at Blackwood Pines. Otherwise, he won't. Yo, how do I get there again? His name is Josh Washington. I didn't know that. Fair enough. I should leave the note for anybody else who might be coming. Because what if another person comes and they don't know how to get in? You know? Also, how does a gate get busted? Is it just a lock? I do like the cinematic feeling, but the Vidya gamer in me wishes it was at least a little light jogging option. It's more realistic to walk normally, but still. I agree. I don't need to do that. All right. Let's go see what's over here. Adds to the suspense, right? Me being able to walk real slowly. Safe or quick? Safe sounds good. Why would I do quick here? How dumb. Oh, God. I gotta think. Oh, her fate is in my hands, guys. Her fate is in my hands. Be safe.
Hello, Jojo. 57,957.
Jojo, what's going on? I almost missed that last one because I was trying to see who that was. How you doing? Hey, 25 months, Jojo. That's
Jojo
amazing.
57957 just subscribed with Prime.
With a whole Prime? Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. 25 months. We're in those 2 years, over 2 years now. That's awesome. All right. That was safe and fun and definitely necessary. Aww. Tired mostly, much homework and ye.
Fella?
The squirrel's like, "Rrr." Wait, it could be a squirrel with a gun. Oh, God. What if it's the squirrel with a gun?
Cutie.
He might shoot you. We've seen how that ends. Over 2 years of naked Leem. You gotta love it. It is rather cold out. I'm very chilly right now. He has a gun. He might. We've seen what that does to squirrels when they have guns. It gets right to their heads. That was the least scared squirrel I've ever seen in my entire life. Although I do know that like some of the like mountain paths I've ever gone on for like hiking, some of the chipmunks can be like that. Some of them will come right up to you. Never trust a squirrel, right? Best to stay on his good side. He'll use the gun to protect. True. True. Whatever's going to come after me. The guy with the knife, he better watch out. That squirrel's going to be on him. Oh, what's this? Indigenous people. Oh, they're going to tell me what it says anyway. Indigenous people and butterfly prophecies. Tribes who once lived in these mountains believed that butterflies carried dreams and prophecies of possible futures. The color of the butterfly indicated the nature of the prophecy. Death. Let's start with that one. Perfect. Death. Black butterflies prophesize the dreamer's death. Danger. Danger. Red butterflies warned of dangerous events. Loss. Brown butterflies foretold of tragedy affecting friends. Is there any good ones? Guidance. Yellow butterflies offered visions to help and guide. Fortune. White butterflies brought dreams of luck and fortune. Okay, so most of them are bad, but look for yellow and white. Ignore everything else is what I'm going to guess from that. Is there something I should find? I think I remember that from playing the beginning of this before. Ashton inspired this part of Ashore, right? Ashton Kutcher was like, oh, that's right. It wasn't. Yeah, it was Ashton Kutcher in that movie. Hello? They're all super helpful. They can be. True. Hello? There's a backpack over here. I see your backpack over here. Someone may have lost their backpacky. What does that say? The past is beyond your control.
Wow, graffiti all the way up here.
Great. Why would somebody... It looks like red paint. I'm going to go with red paint. And that's about it. What's this guy? Chris? Christopher?
Max here. Where are you?
Basically, butterflies are bad. Not all bad, but mostly bad.
Hello. What do we have here?
Phone? I'm gonna pick up your phone. Snoop? Close. I ain't gonna snoop nobody's phone.
Maybe I should look around Chris's stuff.
I did a thing.
Chris?
Good.
Hey, you made it.
Oh yeah, there's no dicks on your face now. I've hardly recognized you. Chris has a crush on Ashley. Loyal, protective, and humorous. All right. You're lacking dick on your face, so I forgot what you look like. But this is good. This is a good look for you. Sans dick.
Oh, so I found something kind of amazing.
What?
Oh, good.
I'm not going to tell you. You got to see for yourself. Come on. It's this
Great.
Where?
Right around here. Gonna blow your mind.
Who talks like that? Needs more dick? Well, it's marker dick. Wanted. Victor Milgram. Sex male, 6'2". Last known address, Blackwood Pines. Last seen 3/6/1998. Wanted connection with a first-degree arson offense as well as various death threats. The classic 20-year-old smile, right? Anyone with an information regarding this dangerous criminal should contact the BPMC as soon as possible. Blackwood Provincial Mounted Constabulary. Do they have that word? Is this in Canada? Police. This must be Canada. Provincial de Blackwood. This got to be Canada. How did they make Chris look even older than the remake? He's supposed to be like 19. The artists behind the remake must not have gotten the memo. They didn't. They did not. Okay, Chris, I was reading this wanted sign. Did you see that? Did you see this guy? They Googled the actor's actual age and went with that. True.
Pretty rad, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
My phone is responding to me on that.
Beauties is not the word that comes to mind. Why is
Shut up, Google.
What do you mean?
Shut up.
What the hell
Hey,
is
Google,
a shooting
stop.
range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Literally have not.
Want to try?
No.
No, you go ahead, Grizzly.
All right. Here goes.
Oh, God. Do I have to do this? Google said my time to shine is collab now, right? Oh, God. I got to do this. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Bam. Got it. Almost perfect. All right. I got this. All right. Bam. Look at me go. All right, here we go. Oh, I got this one. Oh, bam. What is that? Bam. I'm not sure which hole was mine.
Nice shooting ticks.
All right, I'm bad. I'm a badass.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was a wild case of beginner's luck.
Nah, I don't think so, girl.
What am I doing? Oh. All right, I got this. Bam!
Well, anybody in there?
Be more realistic and believable of headcanon if that's a bunch of wealthy older folks getting away with the weekend. It would be. I know. Wait a minute. I'm the one with the gun now, squirrel. No, I'm not going to shoot no squirrel. Bam! Not sure which hole is yours? Well, anyone asked for it.
Jack.
Listen, that is not what I meant.
Hey, sharpshooter, our ride's coming.
Wait, I'm just getting the hang of this.
Come on, Chris. The cable
That's
car.
yeah, you're basically like, yeah, basically questions asked at FurCons and nowhere else. Cable car station. I got up here pretty quick, all things considered. Oh, am I Chris now? I'm Chris now. Got it. Am I supposed to be looking for things?
It's definitely weird coming back up here after a whole year.
Should I be exploring? I didn't really do a whole lot of exploring.
All came flooding back.
Here goes
Knowing dim. Whose cars are these? Krish for Josh? Maybe. I mean, Josh is Rami Malek. I should. What is that?
I don't know how he keeps it all together. I mean, I'd be a wreck.
Search for the totem to locate the premonition. I don't know what color that is.
Like the kind of guy who's not gonna just ask for help, you know?
Looking. Why am I doing this so slowly? Wait, something happened. What the fuck? Something tells me it might be right there. Oh yeah, just leave it right there. It's fine. Weird that there's just weird things there like that. Whose car is that? Why would I look in this window? What does that say? I can't see it. Booty call? Oh. Says booty call. There's handcuffs in there. Someone's planning for a hell of a weekend, aren't they? Someone wants to have a good time. Tell you what. I'm going to be real thorough and go back here and see if I can see if there was anything I missed back here, because I didn't realize knowing someone's holes at a con is very important, right? You got to respect the holes. You got to know which holes and how to unzip them. Or where to never mind. There's nothing back there. The snow is actually really well done too. No, go on. Listen, we don't need, you all can use your imaginations. I'm sure you know exactly what is not being talked about here at all. Very clearly part of your imagination, and you are imagining it.
Door's locked.
Yeah. Josh wanted us to keep it locked to keep people out.
He said that? What people?
I don't know. He said they found people sleeping in the station one time.
We gonna put the W back on Halloween or what? No, I'm bad at imagining. Give us ideas. I'm just gonna let you put that one to your own devices. Do I have a key to this thing?
Oh, real Jill.
I do. Oh, someone left their snowboard here. That's a weird place to keep your snowboard. Where am I right now? It's so dark. Can I? I'm gonna look around this.
Closer.
I'm gonna look around.
I'm starting to get the appeal of killing.
What a crazy place to set up house. I mean, no matter how
Hotel
rich you
and sanatorium
I only bought a mountain.
for a healthy body and mind. All right, then. I was trying to read it, and they put the words right there in front of me, and I was like, let me read this for myself. What is that?
Huh?
What am I looking at? Why is it so weird, and why is it making such weird sounds?
I'm starting to get the appeal of killing time at the shooting range. How long is this going to take?
I don't know. What do I look like?
It's a big mountain.
Yeah. Finally, you coming?
Do I look like a ski cart? What is the things called? Gondola expert?
Okay.
Does Chris strike you as a gondola expert? I'm going to say no. Get in, Chris. I'm sure it's safe.
It's just like going to the prom.
Here we go.
Is this what you guys did at prom? I didn't do this at prom.
This was the right thing to do.
Nah, let's see.
You know, getting everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good, good. It's hard to tell with him, and I don't know, I've kind of been worried.
No, it was a good idea.
I hope everyone else feels the same way.
We're all here, aren't we?
Hey, Otto, thank you so much for the subscription. 3 months now. That's awesome.
Otto just subscribed for 3 months.
Really appreciate that.
You know what, you're right.
This thing sounds safe. You know when you got the cables doing the like wow sounds.
Josh sat in the back of the room. I sat.
It's the
Hello,
best.
Otto_.
Otto, what's going on? How are you doing? How are you? Yeah, cutie bean. Also, Ollie, if you're still there, or doing your but if you're doing your
Hello,
things, that's
Flintlock.
great. Flintlock, what's going on?
So I got moved to the back.
Ollie, if you're still there, you are adorable and cute, and you can't deny it. So I just want to put that out there.
Match made in heaven.
If it weren't for the fact that Jeannie Simmons hit puberty like 3 years early, and on that day decided to wear a low-cut shirt.
Do I look like a knower to you, a no person? No, of course not. You swap the W and the T, you'd be onto something. I will be.
Or we're talking to some other person entirely. Boom. Butterfly.
I'm doing good. I was explaining DBD lore. Oh, is that DBD? Do I know DBD? Is that Dragon Ball? A daylight. Close enough. I was so close. I have to read about DBD, but I don't understand it. Oh, okay. I don't know anything about it. Jess, Mike's girlfriend. Wait, you're Mike's girlfriend now? Outgoing, driven, and impulsive. Great. I don't know that much about. I've seen it being played. I don't know the lore of it at all. I don't know what it's about. But it looks fun. It definitely looks fun.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh. Am I here again? Wait, isn't this the same place I was at before? Now, here's a question. Ah!
What the hell?
Jess, hey.
Jessica,
Motherfucker!
are you guys having a really weird stroke?
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you please
Oh,
let
this
us
is...
out?
This must be where they get off. I got it. Okay.
Oh my God.
I know some of the lore just as a little treat. Gotcha, kinky.
Off my own leg.
Oh, sick, Chris.
Very.
Look, got a lot of meat on my bones. It's all muscle down here.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Well, what do we have
Chris.
here? My goodness. Seems that someone has a little crush on our good friend and dear class president Michael Monroe.
Chris.
Michael Monroe.
Kind of sizzling erotica
You're saying these
our
things on
Jessica
purpose. I
became
know
all
it.
of a
I am doing the best I can to say nothing on purpose. I never say anything on purpose. I'm with Mike now. I'm going to be truthful.
Mike and Em split. We're together.
Oh.
Drama.
You didn't snoop in his phone. He deserves that in hindsight. I should have done that now. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Chris is not coming off very, very friendly to me at this point. Smack him. Give him a smack.
All right.
right in the
let's just
face.
Get up to the lodge already. It's getting tired of all this nature and junk.
You guys go ahead.
I'm just getting tired of all this nature and junk. But what are you doing out here if you're tired of nature? This whole thing is nature, you little moron. Ooh, pretty.
Did you see this view? I mean, holy cow.
Holy schmoly. Smack him and bop him. I'm going to give him the biggest bop I could ever think of.
Seriously, couldn't they have
Right in the
built
bopper.
lodge, like right where the cable car ends?
Emily, Matt's girlfriend, intelligent, resourceful, and forthright. Ah, so I see they just did like a big boyfriend-girlfriend swap from last year, it looks like. Fuck nature. Me and my homies hate nature. How's the Leem doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing my Halloween month here, so get ready for that. I don't know if I'm going to like Emily. She doesn't come off very friendly to me. But I'm doing good. I'm back from my trip. I was on a work trip for a bit there. I'm happy to be home. It's nice to be home. Always good.
I don't think it would have been like as pretty, you know.
Matt, Emily's boyfriend. Obliging, dependable, active. We're all naturalists here. Yes, very natural. We do like to be naturalists. In every sense of the word.
And where's the bellboy?
Oh my, there is an incoming break for adverts in 2 minutes.
Okay, so we are going to have a break here in a little bit. When that starts, I'll probably take a break and pause so we don't miss any of the action here. But let's have Matt carry all of the two bags.
We're almost there.
All of the bags.
Kind of creeped out.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be weird seeing everyone up here again.
Definitely not gonna feel like a regular party. I mean, what do you think?
Ah!
Jesus!
You motherfucker! You're supposed to be class president, not asshole. Brave, driven, and charismatic. Jess's boyfriend, Mike. All right, listen, Michael. Listen, Michael. I will smash those perfect teeth in. How is this guy like, I don't know. There's no way he's not like 32.
You guys.
Michael.
You really should have seen your faces right there.
Dude, I almost clocked you just now.
Nice one.
Michael, you're a jerk.
Come on. Guys, we're all friends here, right? No need for violence, just a little harmless fun. We're up in the woods.
Mike Wazowski. He does have two eyes though, so that does kind of give it away.
Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being. You always get like this.
This is why they broke off. Threaten, back off, welcome. We're all friends here. Be nice. Be nice.
Michael, I'm just gonna lay it out. Otherwise, this whole weekend's gonna suck ass for everyone.
All right.
This is super awkward, and we all know it. Let's just acknowledge it now and move on, okay?
Matt.
I hear you, man. I get it. I don't want to make this weird.
Cool. So we're good?
All good?
You guys gonna make out now?
Oh my god, totally. We're so gonna make out. No, seriously, I'm gonna go check on the cable car back down the trail.
All right. See you, man.
See ya.
All right, good luck with that.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Got him.
Crap.
What?
Hey, could you take these the rest of the way?
The bags?
Yeah, just all the bags.
Why?
I need to go find Sam.
Okay.
Sorry, I really need to go find her. I totally forgot I needed to talk to her before we get all the way up there.
This really can't wait. We're almost there.
It's important, Matt, please.
I'm not leaving you alone. Okay, I'll go. Stand up for yourself.
I really don't think you should head back down the trail by yourself.
Seriously?
It's cold out and it's getting dark.
You're gonna protect me from it being dark out?
I'll just leave your stuff here and come with you.
All right, hold on. We're taking a break. I'm going to pause so we don't miss anything. Be back soon. Very, very soon. Oh my God.
Hi, Joni.
Hi, Joni.
So what
How's
you're
it going?
saying is I should cycle this store right now.
Do it. No, do not even do that. No. I'm hiding in there.
In the shower.
We need to go. I guess I could just, well, if I go, there's a tree over there. I should definitely go get that. I'm wondering what that might be. Do I have enough stones to make that happen, though? Do I have the stones? I do. Do I have the stones to make this a reality? And the answer is, guys, absolutely. I got all the stones. I got the biggest stones there is. He looks ready to grab his blade at a moment's notice. I can understand how his confusion and shock manifest this way.
At ease, Ulrich. I'll try my best to explain.
No, no, no. Let your king do the speaking, the talking, the words. Let your king speak things out of his mouth that makes noise. You know what I'm saying? I'm very good at this speaking word thing. I know speak word goods, okay? So let me do this. Who's there? No, not Nakey Leem. Look in the distance over there. See, that rock ain't moving. That, whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Father, no!
Teo is lewd during Legos. That's weird. Like, is it like and then especially if certain sussy noodle dragon comes on and pushes all his buttons, huh? So does Teo have like a fetish for like stepping on Legos? So is it like a thing where it hurts so bad or what?
Oh my God.
So like he steps on a Lego and he's like, oh, Daddy Leem, and then he just like walks away and then so. Out of turkey already?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Make some balls.
Ow.
Get your hands dirty on those balls.
You can't tell me what to do.
Fuck. I wasn't ready for that one, Lee. Oh my God. Get those hands dirty on those balls.
Get those hands dirty on the balls. Just do it. Get them dirty, real dirty. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're back from break. I'm gonna get right back to the game. I didn't want to miss any like cool, spooky stuff that might happen. So glad we're all back here and ready to get spooked together. So without any further ado, I'm gonna get back to it. So let's get straight in. I don't think I ever turned the sound of the game off, but that's okay. Hear that little humming sound in the background of the music. I'm sure that was great for everybody. But let's see what happens here.
Nobody's gonna steal it.
Matt, are you kidding me? You can't leave me alone for 5 minutes? You really think that little of me?
That's not what I meant.
Why can't you just listen to me? Why do you have to question everything I say?
I'm sorry, Em. I'm just trying to be helpful.
If you want to be helpful, then you can help get everything up to the lodge as quickly as you can, okay?
Okay. Fine. Whatever you want.
Thank you. I'll see you up there after I go find Sam.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, they're definitely going to last. I can tell those two are close and definitely going to last as a couple. Very, very close. Meow. Who's this? Oh, yeah. Ashley has a crush on Chris. Didn't they say that Chris has a crush on Ashley? And then that should basically be the same? If they both have crushes on each other, it just seems like that would be, you know, should be known. Academic, inquisitive, and sensitive. Alrighty then. Oh, let's take a look around here and see what's going on. Uh-oh, that's not good. What's going on here? Uh-oh.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Somebody's getting a little friendly.
That's something right. Oh, no, that don't. Well, what's going on here? Let's see what we got this thing going here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, let's see what happens with that. Maybe they're just really shy. Maybe. Okay. Ah!
Hey, whoa.
They're both too shy. They might be.
Sorry about that, Ash. I didn't mean to scare you.
Louise,
well, I did mean to scare you.
I think you literally did mean to scare them. You You asshole.
Man, I'm really sorry.
Everybody in this game is an asshole.
What are you looking at? See anything juicy with that thing? Let me check it out.
Take a look. Encouraged to take a look. Yeah, no, I want him to see this. He deserves to know what kind of shit.
Go ahead, knock yourself out, I guess.
I don't know what that does. The soul of discretion.
Son of a bitch. Seriously, Emily? What the hell, man?
Hey, listen, it's probably nothing.
Nothing, you think?
Well, yeah.
Is it ever just nothing with him? Ever?
No, probably not.
Damn it.
Matt.
Oh, poor Matt. He seems like a good guy, but he picked the wrong girl. He picked the wrong girl. Jessica, upper car station. All right. Oh, we're back with you now. She's definitely a phone person. I'm going to go phone person. She doesn't seem like she's much of a reader. Oh.
Oh, you did not just do that.
Put your hands where I can see them. We've got you surrounded.
This guy's everywhere. How did he get here so fast?
What choice do I, a supple young rebel girl, have but to surrender to the strapping military guard come to take me into custody?
What now? What are we talking about now? Grab snowball, run to bench. Hell, no, I didn't. Oh, shit. Flintlock, I don't like women. One of the main reasons why. Oh, God. Hold on. I missed the thing. Shoot. Allow. What does that say? She's an iPad kid? Probably. Okay, I ran to the bench, I guess. All right, I gotta pay attention. They want me to do things. I didn't realize they want. Oh, hold on. I got this. Oh, wait. I need to do a thing. Go. Bam. Right in the face.
Hey.
Boom. I'm too good. Haha, Mike, you suck. Oh, wait. This was the premonition, right? This was a thing. This was a thing. Now, did they want me to do it or did they not want me to do it?
Hey,
Bam.
Mike.
Oh. Oh. Oh, baby. Sometimes doing nothing is the right thing to do.
You can't hide from me, Michael. I know all your tricks.
But what if I want to do something? I don't want to do nothing. I can't. I could hit him. I could do it. Okay, bye. Why would I throw a snowball at... Oh, there he goes. Smack. Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, more. Oh, you're going down. Gotcha is done. Done city.
So did I go down?
I don't think so.
I think you'd know so if I did.
All right. All right.
My. So are we calling it my favor then?
You're a worthy opponent, Miss Jessica, the Snowball Queen.
Okay, that sounds vaguely dirty.
My lady.
A little bit. The moment. Just take the yeah, bam. Should have seen that coming. Should have seen it coming. You know you're gonna.
What am I gonna get?
You're gonna know when I go down. Oh my God.
I can think of at least one thing.
Yeah.
What?
But you have to
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
We should get up to the lodge.
I don't understand.
It's so nice out here, though. Pretty breathtaking.
I mean, I could stay out here for pretty much ever, provided I was making out.
Nah, I don't like that better.
Just making out?
Quote unquote.
Well, I think we might freeze to death somewhere in between.
You know, I'm gonna try something because I feel like it's just really dark, and I have a theory as to what might fix that. Let me see if I can do it. Because I wonder if this game just isn't working too well with HDR. And then when I think about it, why do I have HDR on in the first place? Because I'm on this thing. I shouldn't do that. No. Off, please. That might fix the color. Because I think it's just too dark. There we go. Let's see if that fixes it. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. What's that sound? There's someone in the cart? Oh, no. Oh, hey, what's up? This room looks vaguely different.
Again. And how are we feeling?
Oh, you know, pretty good. It's a beautiful day.
It seems we hardly scratched the surface in our last session, so let's go a little bit deeper this time.
Oh, we're going to go so deep. So deep, Doctor. So deep.
We're going to try to understand the root of your anxiety. Now pick up that book. Turn the pages.
That's a very vague statement.
See a set of pictures.
I could probably list a lot of things, Doctor.
Which image in each set makes you the most anxious?
All right. This could be a long day, Doctor. Oh, shit. Men worry me. Women worry me. They both kind of worry me. My self-care is sending conservative friends a guy on Instagram who does drag and having them like it. That's hilarious. I'm going to say, because she looks really mad. That and feeding crows. Feeding the crows. She looks real mad. He looks mad too, but she looks way madder. Oh, I got to do a thing. Crowds scare me or do planes scare me? Planes don't really scare me. Crowds kind of do. Just because, like, the only thing about traveling I don't like is getting to the airport and getting through security. Other than that, I'm usually fine. So I'm going to go with this one. Flip. Oh. Oh, yeah, definitely this one. That's way worse. Flip. Oh. Oh, yeah, snakes. Snack. Flip. Oh. All right, so I think, like, are we talking like personally or more like large scale? I think that, like, if it's just me against it, I don't know. Probably guns are worse, but oh shit. Snake or cockroach? Probably still snake. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. That clown is way scarier than the scarecrow. Yeah, no. That is horrifying. That's horrible. What the fuck? Crows ain't that scary. Not like that. The fuck? Hi. That was unnecessary. Yeah, no. That's kind of unnecessary, Doctor. What kind of method do you think that is? Do you think that's a good method? Do you think you're a good doctor? Doctor, whatever your face is? All right.
Speed up a bit. The more you rely on your instincts, the more honest your answers will be, and the more enlightening you will find this experience.
Alrighty. Gotta go. Oh, no. Spiders. Clearly. 100% spiders. I hate spiders. Big not fan of spiders. Do I fear needles? I do fear needles, but I do fear needles. I hate needles. Especially if it's drawing blood. Big not fan of that. Flip. Oh, zombies? No, clowns. Clowns. Zombies are dumb. Clowns are mean. Do I fear dogs? Why dogs? I'm going to say needles compared to a dog. That's very clearly a wolf. That's very different. Needles are so much worse because you don't know what's in them. Exactly. Oh, no. Still needles. Still needles.
This is very interesting.
Is it, though, Doctor? Is it?
For answering so.
Wolves are just big doggo. They are, but
spiders, clowns, and needles.
And creepy smiles from people that I don't know.
Friday night.
What? Why would you say that?
Well, I'm afraid.
What kind of Friday night are you planning, sir?
I promise.
I got no. I got a lot of questions about your Friday nights. What are you talking about right now? You want to tell me more? I'm kind of curious to know about his Friday nights. He sounds like a big partier to me. Good to know. Last Friday night?
Oh no,
baby.
asterisk. JoJo's breaking out the Katy Perry jams again. Did you also black out again last Friday night? Or is this just Tuesday at this point? Because with you, I can't tell if it's song
it's
lyrics
Joshy
or just a
Washi,
personal
persistent,
diary
creative, and playful. Great. Also, an Academy Award-winning actor.
Come on, you grew up here. It probably feels like it's shrinking.
I guess that's true.
When are you gonna install some cell towers up here? I'm getting withdrawals already.
You got a spare $1 million lying around, and I'll fix you right up.
Funny you should say that. I think I left it in my other jacket.
Oh, good. That's where it should be.
Get up here okay?
Yeah. Well, more or less, but it is so good to see you.
What's up with him?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Theo, last Friday night I was doing homework. Well, he seems to think homework is code for something else.
Yeah, man.
Gossip, Matt and Emily. You doing all right? Yeah, this guy just sisters.
Right?
Those were sisters, right?
It must be really tough without your sis.
Stop.
I just meant that.
No, I know what you meant. You know, seriously, I'm over it.
Maybe it is. There you go. We now know. Hi, I'm homework.
Used to.
Oh, see? It's code for homework. There it goes.
What else?
Perfect.
Maybe there's another way in.
There are a million ways in. They're just all locked.
There's gotta be like a window around the corner we can get open or something.
Wait a second. Are you saying we should break in?
The only homework Theo has seen is hidden homework folder.
Not if I don't report you.
It's in the hidden homework folder, yes.
Lead the way, Coachy.
It's like the hidden homework drawer, you know, that drawer that you have all the hidden homework inside. That one.
Yes.
Hi, Chris.
Unsettled. It's weird to be back. Be confident, Chris.
So,
be confident.
How are you doing?
That's not that great of confidence, I gotta say. Wasn't the best work. He could have done better there.
That does sound pretty nice.
Am I Chris still? All right, I'm following Rami Malek, I guess. You're not Rami Malek. You're not Rami Malek at all.
Matt, been a while. Rough season, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
How you doing? Don't talk about the thing. He's probably upset about it.
Some people, you know?
Yeah, some people.
You know him.
You think so? You would think that. You'd be wrong, but you would think that. Is this, what's her name? Sarah or whatever? Emily? I don't remember your name. Are you Sarah? Stephanie?
Yeah.
Cool. How's that?
I'm just going to call her Hayden Penitentiarian. Hayden Penitentiarian it?
Why?
No reason.
Hayden Penitentiarian? Whatever that would be. All right, that was a great conversation we just had. Oh, there you are. Wait, can I? All right, I guess I can't go. Hold on, I need to speak to you. Can I speak to you? Nope, cannot speak to you. All right, I got to follow Rami Malek, which is what I should do anyway.
Ashley was looking pretty hot today, right? She's like a sleeper hit kind of gal, you know? Now I just want to rip that Parker right off of her and make some snow angels, right?
Protest, cut it out, man. That's my girl. That's my woman.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever.
I'm gonna bang her. Maybe Michael take up the case.
Wait, will you back off?
Relax. Just checking to see if there's some blood flowing down there.
Yeah.
There's other ways to do that, Rami Malek.
Listen, dude, look around you. Look at these beautiful mountains. Do you see any parents? I mean, can you imagine a more perfect, ripe scenario just dripping with erotic possibilities? You and Ashley alone at last. You've laid all the groundwork. You've been a perfect gentleman. Now, you come in for the kill.
Maybe you're right. That's a bad way to put it.
Hunter, bro. No fear, no mercy. I mean, she won't even know what hit her.
I hope she does, because if she doesn't, that could seem bad for me. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna.
How are we planning on breaking into my parents' lodge, bud?
Oh no.
I didn't say I had a plan.
You sounded like you had a plan.
Okay.
You better deliver, Coaches.
I don't.
You got
poor
Why is
ladies
this is
can be freezing their buns off. And last time I checked, that's not a good way to get laid.
this is your house.
Nobody likes cool buns.
This is literally your house. There's probably, hold on, there's probably a statue somewhere. I should go look for statues. I forget about that. I'm guessing there's a statue somewhere.
Damn, I'm getting pretty low in juice here. I just had to turn off my GPS. I'm finally like outside where I might actually use it.
Can you cool it on the phone talk?
What? Why?
It's pretty much all you talk about.
Well, you know, I mean, I could do all this stuff and...
Well, you got an app that can get us into the lodge?
Nope.
Got an
Nope.
app that can get you laid?
Well, actually...
She's right.
You don't. The
She's right.
answer is that
She's right there. She's literally right there. You probably shouldn't continue that conversation. I don't like winter either. Way too cold. I mean, this is pretty extreme winter cold. And also, none of these guys are dressed appropriately for this kind of cold. I'm just putting that out there. I didn't see no statue. I had to be sure. They don't look like any of them are prepared for that. I mean, Chris's coat looks pretty decent, but he's not wearing gloves or a hat or nothing. These guys are being very, very, very dangerous. It's not that Cali winter, which is summer in most places, right? It's very different than that. I'm starting to get the feeling, yes, this is supposed to be in Canada. So it's like a Canadian winter. What's going on over here? There's something going on here. Hey, shouldn't there be like a thing in there? A wall mount? Shouldn't there be an axe? That's good. Alrighty. Probably great that that's missing. Hey, did you notice your axe is gone? Probably bad. Can I go out here? No, probably not. All right.
Well, we got ourselves a thinker. Nice one.
What are we doing? Oh. Why is this my job? It's your house. Why am I breaking into your house? You should do this. All right. I'm glad that you guys secure your obviously multi-million-dollar mansion.
Oh, I'm okay.
You sure about that?
Should have paid more attention in climbing class.
You have a climbing?
Jim?
Yeah, you know, with the climbing up the rope.
Ah.
Whoa.
That's not normal.
Did I do that?
I don't think so. Here, use this.
Okay. Hopefully there's no gas
Chris,
leaks or nothing.
I just got an awesome idea.
Yeah?
Totally.
What is it?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I've got some deodorant in one of the bathrooms. You could use that with the lighter.
I don't follow. How's a stick of deodorant gonna help?
Spray on, it's a can.
Oh, yeah. Now I gotcha.
Flamethrower.
Just like we did with the little army dudes.
Yep, ones we melted. Just point the spray can in the lighter.
Oh, you're one of those kind of people.
Bye-bye frozen lock.
Bingo. All right, so you got this. I'm gonna go sort something out. You up for hunting around in the dark for a little bit?
Nope, but I'll do it.
Godspeed, Pilgrim.
Who? I'm going to be saying this. I'm going to gather that I'm going to be saying this a lot during this playthrough, but who talks like that? Who says things of that nature? I'm sure I'll be fine. There's no reason to be scared in here. It's just a dank basement. Nothing to be worried about. There's something there. I passed right by it. I can't pick it up from here. What are you? What are you? What are you? Oh, it's one of those totem thingies. That's weird that it's in the basement. All right, search the totem. Got it. Oh, right there. Right there. Bam. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Can I see that again? Hold on. Is there a way for me to do that? Hold on. Dialogue history, how to play. The twins? Who are the twins? Mystery man. Totems. Okay, here we go. All right. So new. What did I just see here? Oh, wait. That's not what I was looking at. Okay, it's got to be this one. What the fuck? Is that trying to tell me that this whole plan of using... Are you going to try and tell me that using a spray can as a flamethrower to open a door is a bad idea? I don't buy that for a second. There's no way that would be a bad idea. I don't buy that for a second. What's this? I'm gonna turn this frown upside. Ooh, ex-janitor convict from arson. Ex-janitor convicted of arson swears revenge on movie mogul's family. By Charlie Scott, chief reporter. Victor Milgram, 52, was yesterday sentenced to 16 years in prison for aggravated arson committed on Blackwood Pines. Milgram was employed as the janitor of the Mountains Old Hotel for 28 years. However, when Hollywood producer Bob Washington, which must be Joshy's dad, acquired the property, Milgram was fired. In a sensational twist, the sentencing ended with an enraged Milgram screaming obscenities at Washington's heavily pregnant wife, Melinda, calling her a whore of F variety, and also vowed to get all of you your effing husband and kids, and said that he would make them suffer. Belinda had visibly struggled to maintain her composure throughout the case, and later claimed that she thought she was upset by Milgram's threats. She had a full faith in the legal system to keep her and her family safe. Cool, I guess. I'm sure it's fine. How do I get out of here? Is there a way out of here that I didn't see that I'm missing somehow? Is there a door or something? Is there a door? There's no door. I don't see no door. Hey, Josh, could you point me in the direction of a way out? Joshy Washy? Joshy, come back, please. I don't know your basement. I've never been down here. That wasn't in the prologue. I don't know. Was there a second door over here? Oh wait, is this a different way? Oh, here we go. Oh, it was easier than I thought. How this lighter is resilient as fuck. All right. Sure, it's fine. I gotta keep an eye. Oh, dice painting.
Huh. That's cool.
That's a clue? The family portrait? I don't know about that. Was I previously unaware of the family being a whole family? I guess I was previously not putting two.
Huh? The hell was that?
Hi. The hell was that indeed? Was that the door back to the garage? Am I about to get stabbed? Am I about to get stabbed? Oh, that's a different room. That's a whole separate room. Maybe I shouldn't go that way. Maybe I'll be the smarts and not go that way. I don't think I've got a choice though, because I'm pretty sure the only other door that way was locked, so I'm gonna go through the door that mysteriously... Is that a ghost? Are you a ghost? I'm not sure what that would be. All right. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Chris. Very funny.
Oh, how'd you know it was me?
Shouldn't you be, like, getting the lock open or something?
On it.
How many people would be in there besides, well, I guess that's the question, isn't it? Isn't that the question right now? Where did Joshi say the deodorant was? The spray on deodorant? Is it Axe body spray? Can I turn the TV on? Why am I doing this? What? Of course it don't work. The power's out, you moron. How long are they staying here? Is it just one night? Is that the plan? Is there something over here? There's some dots. What am I hearing? Why do I hear such things? Why am I hearing sounds? Who's making this noise? Don't do... What is that? Who's doing that? Why is this here? Clue. Prom night. What is that noise? Hello? Hello? What is that? What is that sound? Who's doing that? Who's making all this ruckus? Who's causing such a ruckus up here? It is real dork. Is there a reason for me to go down here? They definitely want me to go towards whatever that is, but I don't know if I want to. I'm going to go explore this house. Oh, nice house. Oh, it's beautiful in here. I'm sure there's no reason for me to not go down here. I ain't going to get mortared, am I? What do we have here? Why is this here? What am I seeing right now? Can I look at the other side? Ah! Cape Cod, Josh with his lovely sisters, Hannah and Beth. Looking great, guys. Looking great. Great. Oh, no. It must be one of those electronic old-looking doors where they lock when it's electronically disabled or some shit. Don't know how that would work, but I accept your premise. All right, so apparently I can't really go anywhere. Wait, is there a door over here that I didn't see before? There is. I can't use it. All right, I guess I'll go towards the weird creaking like sound. I don't know if anybody else found their way in the house and are upstairs doing the do. Well, we're about to find out. Used to be a child. I know. How would you know otherwise? There's just no way to know. Oh, I've solved the mystery. I solved the mystery of the creaking noise. Ah! Fuck you. Fuck you, window. Fuck you. This is what I have to say to that. Much less noisy up here, though. Thank you for solving that issue, I suppose. You know, I'm starting to notice a theme with the paintings up here. I'm just going to put that out there. There seems to be a theme attached to the paintings. I wandered into a corner. I don't see no doors. I see this door. Can I go this way? Nope. Nope, they're all electronically locked. Who would have guessed? All right then. Oh, I'm stuck. That's a hell of a clock right there. Can I do anything with it? I thought I saw a dot, but I was wrong. Why would like the... Wait, is this where I came from? What's with the like scary music? I'm just walking around the house. Nothing. What could possibly go wrong here? What is that? Nothing. Wait a second. Another totem. I walked way too far. Give me that. Give it to me. A lot of totems just lying around here. Let me search this totem to find a premonition, because I, as a person who would definitely know to do that. Wait a minute. Guidance totem. All right. If you're wearing a towel, go towards gate in your towel. Got it. Makes perfect sense. I will remember that 100%. I need to keep an eye on those. I guess I really didn't look at that. Now, no, take off the towel. I don't know if that would work that well. Hold on, let me see something here. Where am I on this? Okay, here we go. Nope, 1952. All right, so that's 2 guidance tokens. Oh, those supposed to be Native American totems, right? Why do they have so many inside their home? This is a great question. And I do not know the answer to that. I'm not sure I want to know. Oh, I went in a circle. You know, I have to pardon me, guys. It's a little dork in here. All right, let's see what's in here. Will it open? A door that opens. Amazing. I think this is the way I came in. Nope, this is a bathroom. All right then. That's a nice chair for a bathroom. That's a nice bathtub. Ow. This is a big ass fucking bathroom. I'm guessing, is this where the move forward? Is this where the deodorant might be? I think I get it. The real villain was colonialism the whole time. Yeah, that's the scariest thing of all. All right, let's see. Deodorant. Have you seen any deodorant in here? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna get. Oh my god! The fuck was the fuck? How the fuck did that get in there, and how did he close the door, and what is he doing in there?
We're freezing our buns off out here.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Oh, did we forget about that?
Crap, that thing freaked me out.
What was it? Are you okay?
It was like a bear or a tiger or something.
Oh, it was just a cute little baby Wolverine.
Baby?
Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be a big boy soon.
All right, what's the plan?
Sweet home.
Sweet is not the word I'd use.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to be
Oh
inside.
my gosh,
Even if
it's so
kinda
good to
freezing.
be here.
Fire going.
We made it
This place
though.
really
That's
looks any
good.
different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Even with all the police coming in and out?
Not a lot of action up here lately.
Nope.
What's up, party people?
Hey.
Hey,
Oh, smack him one. Give him a smack.
Yourself at home, bro.
Will do.
Yeah, come on in. Take a load off. Have whatever you want. You just take whatever you want anyway, right?
Whoa. Easy there, cowboy.
Be honest. Stand up for yourself.
What were you doing with M out on the trail?
What?
I saw you and M with the telescope.
Before? We just ran into each other. It's been a while, so we hugged and I said hello. Is that against the law?
Maybe that is a solid explanation.
Right. Yeah. Duh. Sorry, it's been kind of a long day. I overreacted.
Nah, man. Don't worry about it.
Cool?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if I'm buying it though.
Oh my god, that is so gross. Are you trying to swallow his face whole? I mean, seriously, can she be any more obvious? No one wants in on your territory, honey.
Excuse me? Did you say something?
Oh, did you not hear me
She's
with your sluttiness?
derisive and short-tempered. He's possessive and short-tempered. They make a good couple. Probably. They do seem to fit. Actually, they both all kind of seem horrible. Provoke, that's uncalled for. Diffuse, chill out, Emily. Tell him to chill out. Emily seems worse, though.
Shut up, Matt.
Oh.
Stay out of it, you dumb oaf. Hey, watch it. Oh, you're the only one who can put him down?
Hey.
Play with your toys.
This is not good. These two need to...
Whatever.
Wow.
I don't give a crap what you think. At least
Fight.
Sleep your way into a job.
Who needs grades when you've got all the natural advantages you can handle?
Oh, please.
You couldn't buy a moldy loaf of bread with your skanky ass.
Are you serious? Do you think that's insulting?
That bitch is on crack or something.
Shut your mouth, Jess. Emily, stop. They're both kind of shitty, but Emily's... I'm just...
Emily, stop. This is out of hand. There's no reason to fight like this.
Yeah, Em. Why you picking fights over your ex-boyfriend, huh?
Stop it! This is not why we came up here. This is not helping. It's not.
It might help a little bit, but...
If we can't get along for 10 minutes, and maybe we need a little bit of a break, right? Mike, why don't you check out the guest cabin, the one I told you about?
Yeah, all right. Want to go do that?
Any place without that whore.
It's right up the trail.
Okay, did they not understand what stop means?
Glad that's over.
Yeah.
So, Josh, should we get this fire going?
Where's my bag?
Huh?
My bag, the little bag with the pink pattern, the one I got on Rodeo. Matt, are you listening? Oh my god, don't you remember next to the Italian shoe place where I got the stilettos and you knocked over the rack while you were drooling all over that girl at the counter?
Well, I mean, she was asking about my letter jacket.
Right, because she gave a shit about your designer letter jacket.
Why do you hate my jacket?
Matt, I need my bag.
Oh my god, Em, maybe you just forgot it.
Do you seriously think I'd forget my bag?
Well,
Do you?
No, I don't. I don't buy it at
I
all.
must have left it down by the cable car station. Come on, hon. We'll be back soon.
Then we can get warm.
We can get very warm.
Oh. Uh-oh. I think I know what they're saying.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath.
Hello, Trashy_.
Trashy, what's going on? How are you doing?
Works for me.
This is a really good, close group of friends, I gotta say. They all seem like they're very close. All care about each other very much. Obviously.
Love den you will ever lay your eyes on.
Yep.
If we ever make it.
I have a feeling luck's on our side.
Play your cards right and maybe you will get
Good
lucky.
going, just drawing? Awesome.
Porn stars.
I hope that's going well. I'm glad to hear it.
Porn star?
I'd pay to see you.
Gross.
That is a weird
Sorry
thing to
kick it
say.
out like that. No worries, man.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find a way to entertain yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
These are all very strange things to say.
Oh, I almost forgot. Gotta fire up the generator so you can see where you're going. It's dark out there.
All right. Roger that.
I think Josh was flirting with me.
Okay.
I don't think he was. I'm going to say he wasn't, but...
Really?
What? No.
All right, whatever. I don't know if I just missed something because I wasn't looking at the screen. I might have missed a selection there. I really wasn't looking at the screen because I'm dumb. God, this house is huge. Look how big this place is. It's insane. There's another totem. I found it. See, I'm real good at finding totems. This one looks, I don't know what this one's supposed to be, but we'll find out. Where's the thingy? Show me the thingy. I don't see nothing there. Wait a minute. Huh? Ooh. Wait a second. Maybe. There it is. Oh. Danger. It's a danger totem. All right. Fear the elk. Fear the elk. You never know what they might rot. Jojo, what are you planning? Jojo, what are you planning? If you don't say, I will find out. I'm gonna go treat you as danger. Danger. Don't worry about it. All right, I won't. Too much. Okay, now I'm like expecting they're freaking everywhere, so I need to like look everywhere. Hello? Hey, M. And now I'm worried. I would be too. M, could you keep an eye out for some totems? If you see one, let me know. Because you seem real observant with your eyes looking. Never mind. Who's doing the screaming?
Freezing out here.
I agree.
That's something I can help you with.
And how are you gonna do that?
I got a few things in mind.
What's that? There's a sign. Private property, Washington Estate. I already knew that. We're on the Washington Estate. Because it's Josh Washington. Who might be a little bit like George Washington.
Emily's as dumb as she looks if she thinks she can cut in on what we got going on. Maybe if we're lucky, she'll try and follow us out here and get...
Hello, Revelation 7778.
Revelation! Oh my god, Revelation, what's up? How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid.
Revelation 7778 just traded with 1 honorary lemurs.
Oh my goodness, what is up, my friend? What's going on? How are you doing today? Let's get that going. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much. Where is my thingy? There it is. All right, let's see. What were you up to today? Let's take a look. You were doing a little bit of alien isolation. Oh my goodness. What is that? Now that might be the scariest looking game I've seen all year right there. Goddamn. Finished isolation on Nightmare for the 5th time? Awesome. That game is no joke. It's pretty creepy, so that's awesome, dude. Well, thank you again for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Hope you had a great time with Alien Isolation. It sounds like you did. I don't know what is that thing? This is scary as shit. It's a clip from Jersey Devil on PS1. This looks incredible. I love that. Oh, I gotta do a thing. Emily was being a bitch. Ease up on him, okay? I'm gonna do that. Am I part of the Clown Corps? That's a good question.
Nazen? Clown Corps? Please. If Nazen was in Clown Corps, all the horns would be blaring, but his little ringtail can barely squeak out a kazoo solo.
What?
He's more like Honorable intern to the clowns, but hasn't quite earned his big red nose yet.
What?
Someday, if they're feeling generous.
What? I don't believe that at all. It came out in 1997 or 98. Damn, that's a long time ago now. I'm going to say ease up on him, okay, Em?
Yeah, she's a handful. But maybe ease up on her. She's still kind of torn up from being dumb.
Hello?
Hello?
Not my problem, Mike, and not yours either.
Okay. Screw Emil. Yeah, screw. Defend. All right. Yeah, screw. Well, defend.
No, I mean, of course not. I'm just saying.
Oh boy, Clowncore
It's
is,
not worth
how
keeping
do I
them
even
down,
describe this?
because
A bizarre,
I'd much rather
chaotic
spend my
band
time
that plays experimental music blending jazz, metal, electronica, and general absurdity all while wearing clown masks in a porta potty.
Yeah.
It's
What?
like musical entropy. Just imagine if a math equation had a breakdown because circus music was too loud.
What? See, I must be confusing this with, like Insane Clown Posse. You know what I mean? Okay, so is that the cabin I'm looking for, or does I need to go over here to the generator? I've never heard of these guys. R2. Did it. That didn't do nothing. All right.
I wish you could generate a little excitement about getting that freaking generator to work.
Okay,
I don't like her. I listen to.
At me. Let's see if that works.
All right. I used to listen to ICP growing up. I knew a lot of people who did. I
Hello,
wasn't a
Shark
huge.
Fin the Sharkaroo.
Shark Fin, what's up? Who's the stinky? I believe it's that fishy smell that just came in.
Wouldn't it be nice to fire up the Jenny and get moving?
I don't know. Oh, the generator's in here. No, just Google it. Vynn has some music taste. Oh, nice. What am I hearing in the background? Who's making so much noise out here? What is that? Oh, okay. I got a generator. Mike can't turn around. All right. Mike is not capable of this.
All right.
All right. Let's see what we.
See.
Yeah, this is safe. Okay. Mike definitely knows what he's doing.
Boom. Nice one, Mikey.
Uh-huh.
Woo! You are a wizard.
A wizard. Would you stream Jersey Devil sometime? Or would you stream? It's fun, but it's janky with the controls, if you know what I mean. I mean, I would have to check it out. I would have to see. I have a lot of... Oh my God. Oh, but he's not there anymore. Oh, he's gone. Who does that do? Oh, a little weird. I've got a lot of games in queue, so it'd be a while. Posted the video.
Hello, Thanos 93.
For Hell in the Discord. Oh, okay. Hello, Thanos. How's it going? Yeah, I would definitely put it on the list, but we got a lot of them in the queue. I got a lot of games in mind, so we'll have to see. Maybe if I can ever get a hand of it too, that might be tough. Oh, we're gonna go on break here in a little bit too, by the way. So I will probably take a break so we don't miss any of the spooky action here.
Kazam.
Kazam.
Gates shall open.
This is like the most security they've had, and it's like the guest cabin.
Totally. No, this is awesome.
Oh, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. You bring the hits, huh? I'm stealing your tail, okay, bye. No, you're not. You cannot do that. That is a federal crime, and you will be prosecuted. If you do, then you'll need a PS1 or a PS2 or emulate it. Got it. Got it.
It's like a little adventure. A sexcapade.
What? A what now? A who's a what's it? It's a sexcapade. Is that like Cult of the Lamb, the sex update? Basically the same thing. Only if you can do that. I can.
From Hannah and Beth.
You'd think they'd clean it up.
Well, they never closed the investigation.
Okay, I'm getting the creeps now.
I hope they're at peace. What do you remember?
Well, wherever they are, I'm sure they're happy. We're all thinking about.
How is Until Dawn? I played the 2014 game a while back. So far, it's pretty good. I mean, the new visuals are really nice. I forgot how how hokey some of the dialogue is in this game, but it's funny. It's kind of in a funny B-movie kind of way, so I kind of like it. But yeah, I like this game. It's got some nice jump scary spooky stuff going, so that's always fun. But now, Revelation, we're getting into the sexcapades, whatever that was.
I heard something. Yeah.
That's definitely something to do with the sexcapades, Jessica. Definitely something to do with that.
Damn. I don't think we can get up to the cabin with a path blocked like this.
Oh, no way am I going back to the lodge, aka Wax Museum, to drink hot chocolate with Emily. You know what? Fuck it. We're adventurous. We will find another way around.
All right. This seems like a good way to get dead. Oh my God.
Jess!
Jess?
Hey, Jessica!
Yep. Hey. Okay.
Holy crap, you scared the heck out of me.
How do you think I felt?
You didn't hit your head or anything.
As far as I can tell, I still have all 7 of my limbs.
Yeah. Can you get out?
Where are the other 3?
See anything down
Oh
here?
my, there is an incoming break for adverts in 2 minutes.
What are the other 3? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Cautious. Be cautious.
All right, Jess, there's a cart. I think if you can push it, you can get by.
All right. Okay, let me just try.
It's different from the OG game. There's some subtle differences. Most of it is like pretty beat for beat so far, at least from what I've seen. I haven't done a lot of it. Helpful, squeeze through the gap. Okay. Oh wait. I haven't played this in a while, and I didn't finish it the whole time, so I don't remember 100%. Oh hey, Zora. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for the sub. 4 months now. That's actually really cool. How cool is that?
Like shimmy through it or something.
I appreciate your confidence in my physique, but I don't think the ladies are gonna fit.
Oh, right.
Good boy, such a good boy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I am a good. I is the good boy. I am.
You know, be a hero and jump down here to assist me.
All right, I guess I'll just be the hero because I am Mike and I is the hero.
Better hurry up before some other hunky beefcake gets here.
Oh my God! There was someone right behind him.
Want to help me move this cart thing?
He's not still there, is he? Hello? I saw that. I saw that. You can't fool me. All right, give it the old push with your back, Mike. Push with your back. Give it the old. Oh, okay.
When I imagined us grunting together, this is not what I pictured.
Hello, Zora Dragon.
Zora, lift with your back and in a jerking twisted motion. Exactly. That's the only healthy way to do it. All right, we're about to go on break. So when we do, I'm going to take a quick break myself. And then we'll be back with more Until Dawn with this spooky teenage drama of 30-year-olds who are pretending to be high schoolers. So that'll be fun when we get back. It'll be great. Jerking and twisting is what I do best. Oh, yeah, same here. In a non-sexual way. Maybe. It's supposed to go to break any minute now. Feel like it got a little ahead of itself. Could be in a minute. So I'm just going to get that started first, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll do our thing when we get back. See you guys in just a few. So again, what in the fuck are you doing here?
You had a way around the Black Breath all along.
The mountain in God of War is so big, it makes Kratos look like a small little Loom in comparison. It's like trying to measure the size of mine. Well, let's just say it's massive. Wings.
Improved the design of the Jotnar traps and built workarounds to boot. Why you think it's so devious?
I have no words for that, Theo. I have no words for that. Me, 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 me. I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? He's throwing his and I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but it can't hurt. Ew. Ew. Alrighty. Yes, it did work. Okay, perfect. But you also have cleave, which means I could probably take you out. Cleave! Yeah, yeah, yeah! You stood no chance. You have 2, so we're gonna wormfire you down.
Oh,
I
good.
still got
James
it with
is
me.
here.
James!
Oh, yes, James. Hi, James.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How was the restaurant business today?
I kicked everyone's ass in cooking.
Oh, wow, that's pretty adorable, but not as adorable as me. So you should be pretty ashamed of yourself because you're just not as.
I'm very ashamed of myself.
Right, because you can't be as adorable as me.
I know you're only second to Dyer, but you're pretty damn cute.
I will one day dethrone Dyer as the most adorable person on this planet. That's I'm just the cutest thing you've ever seen. My name is C. James Fox. That's CJAMESFOX. The most adorable, cute creature that you've ever seen.
Wow, James, this is this is more than I ever thought I would hear from you ever.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Guys, I gotta remember the magic phrase. I gotta remember the phrase. They told me this before I left on this mission, and I said I would repeat the words exactly. So I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, I'm gonna do the words so that they know that I'm doing. Okay, ready for the Necronomicon? Before you pick it up, you gotta say Klaatu Verata Klaatu Verata That's it. No, that's the word. I said it. I said it. Definitely said it.
I messed up. Now you're gone.
Guys, go! There's a dog! There's a dog! There's a dog! Oh my God! Oh shit! Oh shit! I don't know. Ah!
No!
I had to! It was killing everyone! It was killing. All right, I'm back. I made it back. I'm back from break. I hope you enjoyed the break. I hope you got a nice drink of water. Did you ever play the DLCs from Alien Isolations? I have not. I have not done that. I've only played the base game, and that was a long time ago. I should play that again. That would be a fun one for stream sometime. It would be. But we're back from break, and I will get back to the game because now we got a lot of spookies to get to. So I'm going to do that. Here we go. Spooky time. Let's get some more spooks in. We're in a cave. We're in a mine. We're in a mine. And as we've learned from this season of Rings of Power on Amazon Prime, nothing bad could ever happen in a mine. Nothing bad could ever happen. It is impossible, and one should never consider it to be a problem. Oh, God.
Oh, holy crap! Oh my gosh, are you okay?
See, he twisted a little too much with his back there. That was his mistake. He made a mistake. He's there. She's just gonna move on like, it's fine.
Oh, Nelly. This place is giving me the willies.
I'm gonna go this way. I found a totem. See how good I am at totem? I am like the totem master. I'm such a totem master. I don't know what this one is. All right, let's search for this thing. Have you seen a totem? Everybody seen a crack that glows and there it is. Why are you so nude? Fortune totem? Why is that a thing? Oh no, I didn't like that. No, why would have just saw behind me? That's not good. I gotta play Alien Isolation again. That game is actually legit scary. You know what though? Oh man, I know I wanted to do this game, and I was kind of hesitant to actually like consider it at first, but I've seen some reviews of it, and I'm actually very interested in playing the Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake, because Silent Hill 2 is one of the scariest games I've ever played in my entire life, and I would play that game again. I would totally do it, but is my internet weird? I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm having some internet issues. Let me check on something. Nah, it looks fine. I'm just getting some rendering lag. That's the second time I've seen that number be kind of high. I'll have to look into that. But either way, I would play it. But I'm really kind of interested in playing the Silent Hill 2 remake. I really am. Because I was worried they were going to make it, you know, because sometimes those things turn out meh. But sometimes they, whoa, this looks normal.
Whoa. This place is...
Could be dusty fans. Do you clean your computer regularly? I'm going to have to check it out. I do keep my computer fairly well maintained, but might be about time to do
I
it.
don't think the miners were getting their arts and crafts on, no.
No, it's like a shrine or something.
A shrine to what?
You know, you might not want to ask that question because it's probably not good. There's something right there. Oh, looky, loot. Do you see that shiny dot? Do you see that? What is that? Cigar stub. Oh, good. Let me just look around here. Yep, definitely a cigar stub. 100%. What do you think, Jess? All right. Great talk we just had. Oh!
You alright?
Yeah. Close one.
I don't think this place is up to code.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time to go.
Yep, 100%. Here we go. I wonder if there's something running in the background that I'm like not normal doing. Doesn't look like it. Alrighty. Well, I'll look into it. Maybe it is time for a Dustin. Could be. There's something right here. It's me. I'm running in the background. All right, well, stop. Stop running. You can walk briskly, but that's all I'm going to allow. Areas at risk. Danger. 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 Yeah, this all looks real safe. There is a... That's all looks safe. All right. What do you think, Jess? Do you have anything you want to... Never mind. What about a light jog? No, that's too much. And I'm putting an end to it right now.
Finally, a little ray of hope.
Finally. Finally. Did we make it? Are we alive? Are we free to go now, Jessica?
Hello, Crispy Ilma.
Crispy! The Frunkly Bunkley lives here. Oh my goodness. How did he get here? And is he paying his mortgage on time? Because if he's not, then we're going to have words. Boy, all the stairs in this area are bad. How's it going, Crispy? How you doing? How you doing? Eh? How you doing? You doing good? You got any problems that we need to take care of? All right, I got your back. I don't know why I'm a mob member now. I eat. Good. Good. There's footsteps in that direction, or those are probably my footsteps, so never mind. Never you mind. I just can't go nowheres. I'm taking care of 3 different household of animals starting tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
When Josh said cabin, I felt like Abe Lincoln.
Wait till you see the Lincoln bedroom.
Oh, getting presidential on me.
Oh, what is... Are you like Clinton? Like Bill Clinton?
All right. Save it for the stump speech, buddy.
Oh my, you guys are so funny.
Ooh, a telescope.
Yeah, this worked out well for us last time.
It's gonna look at clouds, gonna look at a cabin. Whoa.
You all right?
You okay?
I just saw someone at the cabin.
What? Hold on. I need to position myself properly.
Let me see.
Bad timing all at once? Oh no. Is that the cabin? Hello? Oh my god!
Sampling the old eggnog again, babe? It's just us up here.
Did he not catch that? These games are great to watch. They are. They're really fun. Well, I hope you get through it okay. What was that? What did I just see? I don't know what I just saw. Let me see if I can replicate said situation. Monster? Do you want to say hello to me? Because I will say hello to you. Monstery monster? Ew. Alright. The game didn't know how to handle that. Oh, Blackwood Pines, inhabitants of the mountains. Northwestern wolf, Canis lupus occidentalis. The legendary carnivore, this powerful predator is known to attack elk, caribou, and any stricken animal they come across. In Alberta, the hunting and baiting of wolves is permitted on private land. You'll be glad to know that if wolf numbers are kept well under control in Blackwood Pines. Grizzly bear, Usus actos horribilis. They're horribilis. I'm going to start calling everybody that. Oh man, you're so horribilis. The omnivore with a strong predilection towards scavenging. The grizzly is not known to turn down any meal. Its preferred diet is fish, salmon, bass, or trout, and the animal is often found near rivers or mountain streams. Though extremely dangerous, grizzly bear attacks on humans remain rare. Rocky Mountain elk, Cervus canadensis nelsoni. The magnificent elk has roamed these lands for thousands of years. Though they are often quite docile creatures, the dominant male's bulls are known to aggressively defend their harem from any intruders, including brutal bouts of headbutting and charging. Good. I like a good bout of headbutting and charging. Those are my favorite. Big fan, you could say. All right, where are we going? Where is this freaking how far is this guest cabin? Like, for real, though. I didn't know when they said I was going to a guest cabin, they were like, oh, it's also like 14-mile hike down this way, so have fun with that. Bout of head butting and charging sounds like a good time. That's better than the doctor's Friday night, I'll tell you that. Uh-oh. I think we found the head butting. Hello? Oh my goodness gracious me.
Watch out, bird brain.
Fuck that shit. Rats with wings, witty. I was just flirting. Haha.
Just answering.
This guy's parents are so rich they bought like $2 million cabin and never even surveyed the area for evil. No, they did none of that.
I'm scared.
These two are great together. I saw a thing over here. I saw it.
Oh, you want pickup lines now? Fine. Here's one. Are you a rare collectible? Because I've been searching far and wide, but you're the only one I want to grab and never let go. In my mighty Walpertinger claws. Antlers and all, baby. Hashtag Team Tails.
Love it. Love it. This one's weird looking. It's got like a little lizard on it. It's kind of cute, actually. Oh, wait. Hold on. Right in here somewhere, maybe? Oh. Ah. Right there. Right there. What was that? What did I just see? What in the hell did I just see? Hold on a second. That was a lost totem? Hold on a second here. What happened to your mouth? That's not normal. That's definitely not normal. Jess, I just saw the weirdest thing. Do you want to hear about it? Jess, you might be really interested in hearing about this one. Jess, has your jaw been feeling a little tight lately? Just a random question I just thought about. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, look, there's a tree.
God damn it, Josh. Couldn't you have at least cleared out the path before sending us up here?
Really?
What?
I didn't figure you for the glass half empty type.
You got a better idea?
Stand back.
What was Josh going to do about that? That's a different kind of pickup line. He has your jaw feeling tight lately. It is pretty.
Show off.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, listen. I know what's sexy when I hear it. I'll tell you. Ow, right in the eyeball.
Okay. That's how it's gonna be.
You okay?
Jess.
Uh-oh. Is that where they're going to leave it? Are they really cutting to a different scene now? Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are.
What?
You wanna help me get this fire going?
Well, I was just getting into the bath.
Oh, do you need any help with that?
Hardy har.
Are you getting into the bath? Because you don't seem prepared for this at all.
Come on. All right, Josh, let's see if you know how to hook up the hot water in your big fancy lodge.
Joshy? Joshua? Big Joshy? You gonna say something there, Big Joshy Washy? Alrighty. Why am I going to a cabin to hang out with my friends and the first thing I hear or think about is taking a bath? Splish splash, taking a bath. I don't know. I hear a lot of things in this game, Sam. Could have been anything. Wish more furries would operate that way. Well, can only expect so much from furries. I don't know where I'm going. Am I going this way? Before I go socialize, let me wash this stank off. Nah. Ooh. Remember when I said I wasn't? Hannah, Josh, and Beth, you're invited to Sam's Halloween party, October 31st, 2013. Fancy dress obligatory. All right. Whoa, hey, that looks familiar. That looks familiar. I know that. Mysterious. What do we have here? Johann D. Smith, tattoo artist. What am I getting a tattoo of? Oh, she's doing a butterfly. I don't get it, to be honest. I'm a furry and I'm a huge on keeping clean. I hate gritty skin. I'm actually that way too. I take like, if I'm at a con, I'm probably taking more than one shower, especially if I'm fursuiting. I'm probably showering right after I do that, to be fair. Oh, I recognize this room. What's in here? Happy Christmas 2010. Love sis. Love Josh. God damn, he did. There's no way he paid for that himself. All right, I'm glad I did this snooping. What do we got here? Party. Dear Hannah, I would be delighted if you could attend my awesome party at 7 p.m. on July 13, 2013 at the location of Casa de Mike. Oh, she had such a crush on. Well, she's dead now, so the answer's no. She's no longer crushing on anyone because she's dead. So there's that. Anyway, what is this?
Hello, could this be any more about Mike?
Mostly C's. Uh-oh. This is not going to work. He's like a crazy, reckless hunk of a man, and you're staying home working on your embroidery and practicing G minor on the piano. Give up on it, or do something like really wild. Run away from home or get a tattoo or something. Anything to attract his precious attention. I mean, it's for love, right? So just do it. I feel like if it's been a year, her parents found that. Like, unless they just like want nothing to do with anything and they don't want to find anything, I guess not, but you think they would have found that on the floor. Hello? Who's making that sound? And why? And who? And where? And what for what purpose? Oh, wait. Is this that thing again? Can I redo this one? Or is it a different one now? No, it looks like the same one. With the weird buck tooth. Is it the same one? I feel like it might be the same one. No. I wonder if it's already been done, I can't do it again, right? Probably not. Okay. Wait. This way. All right, so it looks like I got one possibility here. I wish I had space to do wood carving again. That'd be kind of fun. Did you used to do it a lot? What am I hearing?
Yeah, totally. Woohoo!
I made a few totems and walking sticks, so that's cool. Who's there? Who's making all this noise? I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that there's noise around here because, like, there are other people in this house. It's not just me. It would be kind of foolish of me to be like, oh yeah, I don't expect any sounds whatsoever. Oh, they did get the fire going. Oh, Josh, you masterful Joshery. You got your Josh going. You got your Josh on. What is this? Okay, I cannot see a goddamn thing. So, have you all started taking bets on how many of these guys are going to die by the end of my playthrough? I think that's a thing with the game, right? That people can die in your playthroughs or whatever. Or you could do like a perfect playthrough and none of them die. I don't know if we're going to get that. Four will die. Okay, that's your official plan. All of them. I'm glad that you have such faith in me, JoJo.
Used to have a spirit board.
Oh, what?
Wow, you have a spirit board?
yeah,
Those things are a joke, man. They don't do shit.
Most all. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you guys have such faith in my capabilities.
Josh, no hot water's kind of a major oversight, don't you think?
Yeah.
And you will be angry. Oh no.
The boiler. It's in
Depends on who dies. Depends on who dies.
All right,
Some people maybe not as much.
See if you can find the spirit board.
Chris, let's go find it. It'll be like a scavenger hunt.
Okay. Guess so.
Rad. I mean, you're not gonna regret it. You up for a ride along?
Always have faith in my favorite Leem. I see how it is, you guys. I see how it is. I see what's going on here. Rad. We're going to go rad with this spirit board. I'm pretty sure it's called a Ouija board. And if you get one, don't use it because the spirit will try and hunt and kill you. We've learned this from Phasmophobia. We know that the Ouija board, yeah, it's Luigi. You know, it's Luigi. That's how you get Luigi. That's how you get a second player. You can kill them all, I'm sure of it. God damn it. Ooh, nice little dining room.
Oof. Nervous bird noises are, JoJo, am scientifically predicting at least, 4. Maybe more. Nathan is great at launching himself off cliffs. I've
that's
seen
nothing
it in
to do
other
with
games.
That's not
But hey,
even remotely
maybe
how
we'll
this
get
game
lucky
works.
and only the NPCs will bite it. Right. Fluff's
Oh my
feathers in
God.
anxiety.
How does this thing work?
Hi, Mrs. Washington. This is Sergeant Tate again. It's bad news, I'm afraid. Yeah, we've been through the case files, and there's nothing we can do. He's a free man. We don't have the legal power to restrict his movement. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, so call me if you want to know more.
End of messages.
How does that work? How does that phone work? There's no power. It's a ghost phone, you guys. Josh, did you know that phone is a ghost phone? Oh, don't you walk away from me now. You know something about your ghost phone. I'm not going to let you get away with that. I got 4 double D batteries to keep that message saved, and then during a power outage, perfect. I'm sure that message is that important that they're like, yep, we're going to keep that going. What's over here? Josh, I'm taking the long way around just so you know because I got to explore every corner of this house. Can I go? It's locked. Of course it is. Oh, it froze again. Somebody get the deodorant and lighter again, please. We should have known we need it again. I've had some creepy shit happen to me at a Ouija board. Never did jack for me. That's because you didn't do it hard enough. And also, if we know about Phasmophobia, it's a good way to get yourself murdered. It might tell you where they are, but you could get murdered. I'm a real psychic and I can tell the future when it's obvious enough. Me too. I still have this old board from the 50s. Oh my God, that would actually be a little scary. If it's like an older, like obviously older board, that might be a little scary. Hey Josh, where are you going? Oh yeah, okay, let's go down. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm a psycho too and I can't tell the future. I mean, those two are definitely the same thing. I'm with you on that. How hard are we talking? Like, as hard as the average femboy, or... I don't know. I don't know if you can go as hard as the average femboy. What's this? Oh, it's this thing. I can guess the future? Guess it right now. Guess it. Guess it now. Don't hesitate. Just do. Okay, everything's still locked. I like how she just like takes the thing and she's like, nope, definitely locked. Let me just shake it a little harder. That's how Hayden Penetrarian gets through doors. Hayden Penetrarium. That's her name. Oh yeah, bet. You'll get something for dinner? Ha! Joke's on you. I will. Maybe.
Hey, you notice how I gave Chris and Ash
Ooh,
a mission
mind
together?
games. I'm guessing
Yeah, I
it's
was thinking they could
42.
do some
Asterisk,
alone
because
time.
everyone knows that's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Oh, I don't know what he
right?
said. What am I doing?
But if
Flattering.
not,
They're sweet together.
Maybe it's 7 or 3.14 because. Hi. Oh wow. Now I'm getting
was
stressed.
42?
Just give us a hint.
I swear, they just need, like, something to bond over, you know, some sort of traumatic event to send them into each other's arms. I mean, at this rate, they'll be in the geriatric ward before Chris makes a move.
That's so funny. Where did you get the light? There's something shiny over here. Why are you shining? You shouldn't shine on me. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, let's shake that as hard as I can. Oh, it doesn't work still. Give that knob a good jiggle. Josh, I gave it a hard jiggle. It didn't do anything. I was 7. I was gonna say 7, but I didn't guess. But I didn't say I could guess accurately. That's fair.
Sam,
Yes, Josh.
I just wanted to say,
What?
it really means a lot to me that everyone came back this year, and you know that.
Rami Malek.
Okay, Sam.
Rami Malek. 7 was my second choice, though. Reassuring, we are here for you. I'm gonna say it's good to.
We're here for you. Really, whatever you need, whenever, we're all gonna make it through this. Together.
I want us to have a good time, you know?
Hey, Josh. You know, it'd be great. We should play a prank on Emily. We should play a prank. I bet. Wouldn't that be funny? Great way to commemorate what happened last year if we just had a great time playing a prank on each other. God, that would just be like old times. Oh my God. Where are you? Because you are the only one with a light, by the way. Also, it's really dark. Also, I can't see a goddamn thing. Oh, there you are. How did you get over there?
Sorry to drag you down into the bowels.
Oh, just get me some hot water and I'll be super fine.
It was just a prank, but this time would be, it's just a prank, Em.
You know.
Well, it's definitely creepy down here.
Yep. Not a place to be on your own.
No. There's something on the floor. I see it. Why can't I do anything about it? What is this? Serious? Is it yours? I'm gonna be funny about it.
Be pretty rough playing baseball out in all that snow.
No, it wasn't in the winter, silly. I mean, we'd come up in the summer and we would have the best time. The whole family was there. Mom, Dad, my sisters. It was some serious competition out there on the big lawn. I don't know. Can't go back. New reality, right, Sam? Anyway, I'm supposed to be fixing this old guy, right?
Am I supposed to remember that? Why would I remember that? What am I don't remember that at all. I'm gonna forget that so fast.
Here, can you hold this?
How? I don't know. What was that? There was a thing over there.
Here so I can see what I'm doing.
That was sounds that I don't like hearing. Oh, I got it. Don't move.
Nice one.
I did it! Yay! I'm so good at being... Yay!
Okay, first things first. We gotta increase the water pressure
I
before we
can
get the boiler
stay
fired.
still with the best of them.
Sounds kind of complicated.
No, it's actually pretty simple.
Remember where the bat is in case you need to defend yourself. I've already forgotten where it was. Am I supposed to... I wasn't paying attention. Am I supposed to do this earlier or when he says something? Josh? Josh? Joshy?
Damn.
It's okay. I'm just try again.
Okay, just try it. All right, let's try again. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go, and then,
Relax. It's not that hard. Just press the button when the light comes on.
Oh.
Okay, I'll get it this time.
I didn't know that was a thing. All right, on, light, and go.
Damn.
What?
It's okay.
I did.
Try again.
I did that time. I waited till light went on. I did the thing. All right, hold on. Lights on.
Relax.
Is it supposed to be a different
Not that
light?
hard. Just press the button when the light comes on.
Is it that? But there's only I feel like I did, but okay, I guess I didn't. All right, let me just bam.
That's more like it. All right.
Yay, me. I didn't, damn it. I didn't know they were going to do that. That's not fair. I was just, god damn it. That was so fast. I left him hanging. I feel bad. I feel bad that I left him hanging. Oh no.
What the hell is that?
That could be a lot of things.
Savage? Oh, sweetie, you haven't even seen Savage yet. Wait
I
until
didn't
Nathan
mean it.
leaves the milk out overnight.
I
Then you'll
didn't do
witness me in
nothing.
full.
I didn't know he was
Walfording her rage mode. Forget claws, I'll be going full antler charge straight into your bad decisions
Frank.
mode.
Oh my god. Don't move.
What?
Something behind you.
Yeah, right.
Death by high five? Now that's a way to go. Honestly, if there's a better way to leave this world than getting slapped into oblivion by someone's enthusiasm, I haven't heard of it. But hey, at least their ghost would probably be holding their hand out eternally like Wasup.
Josh.
What?
The rhythm's like weirdly regular.
Nothing.
Wasoup. Wasoup? That could be any kind of soup. Concerned. We should check it out. I think it'd be smarter if we checked it out together.
Maybe we should go check it out.
Why?
What if it's like a pipe that's about to burst or some problem with the furnace?
Unlikely.
If it were me, I wouldn't want this place to burn down on my watch.
Yeah, right.
Should I grab the bat? Is that a, should I, isn't the bat behind me? Shouldn't I go get the bat? I can only go forward, so never mind. Ah! Who's the guy with the thing? That's so weird. Oh no, I should probably do this. Oh shit, this is bad. Okay, push, 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 push harder, harder.
Why are these doors locked?
I don't know.
Keep out strangers.
Didn't work.
Hey.
What?
Huh?
What the hell?
Boom. You just got mugged.
What?
Nice one. That was good.
Why would you do that?
There's all this cool old movie crap down here. What was I? Was I not supposed to take advantage of the opportunity?
Are you
I'm gonna
serious?
smack the fuck out of this guy.
Were you in on this, Putz?
No, but I wish I was. That was too good.
I'm gonna smack this guy. I'm gonna smack him
Ready to
right in the
admit
face.
that your dumb little prank may have a slight whiff of humor to it.
Joke master.
Well, I said nothing about jokes. I said your prank, which was dumb.
Holy crap, you were scared. Admit it.
I was not.
Come on, you totally pissed yourself.
Josh.
What in God's name are you wearing?
Oh, you know.
Found my true calling.
Please tell me you're gonna take a vow of silence. Okay. Did you at least find the thingy?
This basement is free real estate. Me and all my homies could live there. Probably. It's pretty cool if it is like a bunch of like
I've just been through.
if it is a bunch of like you mean like
It's free real estate.
but if it's like all movie stuff, that is kind of cool.
Watch out for that, Josh. He's a schemer.
If they're all like movie moguls, I guess that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, I forgot about you guys.
You gonna come with me to get my bag?
Yeah, I'm coming.
I forgot about these two. We're gonna go get her bag because it's so important that we get her bag. You know, the one that she definitely brought with her. Do you think she did? I don't remember there being another bag. I'm pretty sure he was carrying both bags. I could be wrong, but feels like he was. Hey, did you bring a better jacket than that? Because that's not going to be very good. Oh, yeah, this thing. Give it the old shove-a-wub-wub.
Here you are, madam.
Why, thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, sir. Why is that bush moving in such a strange way? Is there something down there? Do you guys see that little shadow thing in there? I feel like there's a shadow thing over there. You know, there's also the, I did stop off. Okay, never mind. Oh, criticized. Maybe you should chill.
Can I ask you something? Like, for real.
What?
Promise you won't get upset.
Matt.
I think, you know, like, in the future, if someone's, like, trying to push your buttons or whatever, maybe you should just try and chill.
What are you trying to say now? This is my fault?
Not what I meant.
No, that's not what I mean.
You know what? You're right. I gotta keep it together when I'm being attacked by stupid bitches.
Right, that's what I meant. I love this Emily person. She's so awesome. Oh wait, I was gonna go look over here because I feel like I went to one of these things and your bag can I use this thing? What does this do? Oh yeah, that's comforting. Why is that moving? Okay, good. What's that sound? Who there? Oh.
Okay. All right.
It's fine. 100% fine. Nothing to worry about. I ain't scared. I'm only scared if you're scared, Emily. And you're not scared because I'm not scared. And yeah. Are you guys buying this? Because I sure am. Is that the right way to go? I ain't scared of no ghosts.
Come this way.
Did you just call me stupid? Resist. Let's go back. No, I'm a flirt. Somewhere private.
Trying to get me somewhere private?
Why don't you come find out?
This game has some things going on that they really want you to think is happening, and it is not. You know what I mean? Lot of young people thinking all they're gonna do is screw.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me find my bag. I know I can be a little high maintenance.
Boast, no problem, babe.
It's no problem, babe. But you gotta remember, there's more to this guy than just being a lean, mean, luggage-lifting machine.
You gonna back that up?
All day.
What?
All day.
Wait, what does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
All day.
No, you can't just, you can't, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. It is not working. Please shut up now. Stop while you're way behind. Nathan used flirt. I did. I used flirt and it backfired horribly. It went so bad. I was like, oh yeah, all day. I'm going to use that every time. I'm going to use that for my #1 flirt from here on out. They're going to be like, hey, sexy. I'll be like, all day. Yeah, baby. All freaking day.
Cool.
Oh, it's so pretty out here tonight.
Wow. Yeah.
It's so nice to be here with you, muscle man.
I'm not all muscle. There are some brains in here, too.
Well, you got enough brains to like me, so let's see that brawn.
You ever done it outside before?
Outside of what?
My car.
I like your car. Roomy.
All day. This is not a sexy place to be doing the sexy. Also, what is this?
You know what? Maybe there's a better spot.
Does this spot start with a G?
There are lots of places out here.
I already started clearing this off for us. Like a gentleman.
That is not.
Let's look around.
That is a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. You're like, oh yeah, this frozen ass wooden table. Like, not only are you going to get a splinter, but your ass is going to be frozen. There's a thing. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. And he could feel it in his bone. Because he was thinking about that for sure. I don't know. Wait. Wait a second. Hold on. Nope. Up. All right there. I see it. Bam. I found a death totem. Uh-oh. I feel like, are these guys not seeing this stuff? Because, like, I don't know if they, like, are seeing it in their heads. And he just saw that, and he's just like, yep, okay, moving on. I might get laid here pretty soon, so nothing to worry about there.
It's so important in the bag anyways.
It's just my
Seems normal. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's fine. There's nothing to worry about.
IDK, lol. Oh, the classic I have no idea, but let's laugh through the pain response. Honestly, a mood, but crispy.
Here, we'll do that.
If anyone pretends to know what's happening in this chaotic stream, it's either a lie or witchcraft. Lovely, messy witchcraft.
Puts me in a generous mood.
Fair. Let's go get him. I watched this playthrough a few years ago. I don't know how different they can be. That's the biggest totem I've ever seen. I bet I could get like a full novel of like future from this guy. So check that shit out. It's probably like an entire movie of stuff.
Kisser on this thing. Dare to put your hand in it.
No thank you.
Hey, I wouldn't.
Just slide it up in there.
You bitch.
Emily.
Still fun to see how many endings there are. I don't know if they're like, I don't even know. Are there like, there might be, I mean, I guess there are probably several endings, right? But Oh, that's not good. Hello?
Not like.
I'm sure just a normal. What was that? Hello? Who's there? Oh, I'm good at using my hand to slide things open. Oh my. Oh my, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me. Oh yeah, this is safe.
You are, madam.
Thank you.
I don't remember this all being here when we came up. If you're going to the place you went to, like Doors and Feed the Crows, perfect. See, that's nice. I don't remember any of this being here. Aren't we just going back to the place we came from and then, like, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't we just be doing that? And then why are we doing this weird? What's up here? Emily, did you see this gate? Isn't that weird? Emily, did you see this gate? If I just give it the old, oh. Never mind. Woof woof, bark bark. Is that a dog? Ah.
Hey. What the hell?
What the fuck?
Somebody made a snowman.
That's not a snowman.
Not there before.
What the fuck? That's not good. Is there a note? I wouldn't touch that. Welcome back. Is this Cotter? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh no. Oh, I get way too proud of myself for making progress on my homework without help. LOL. Like, I get one thing working and then like, woo. Is it like, it's not anything like this pig's head. Very similar.
Chris or Josh. They're just trying to mess with us.
Kind of uncool, guys.
Kind of uncool. Uh-oh.
What the hell's going on? Who the hell did this?
I don't know.
I'm kind of not giving a shit about my panties anymore. Kind of just want to split.
Agreed.
I'm all for it. Where are we? Oh, hey, doctor. What's going on? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. What's with your faces? Why do you always look so strange? Hi. Good to see you.
I would like to understand your feeling toward people who fear failure and worry about what others think of them.
Okay.
Do you share this fear?
Why is that? What are those two things? I don't know what you just said. What did you? I can't concentrate with those two things there. Do we need? Why? Don't know what's going on here. I want none of that. Nope. I'm fine. You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine.
No. Then how do you feel about people who are afraid?
Oh God, I feel sympathy.
I see. Well, Chris has a fear of failure. Do you feel pity for him?
No. I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know. Sure, that sucks.
Well, this is not reflected in the way you are playing your game now, is it?
I don't know. Is it not? Why would I say that? I can't concentrate with those things sitting on the table like that. That's weird, doctor. This is a very strange behavior for... This is not normal medical procedures.
And now...
Personal space, please.
Let us investigate your feelings toward other people in greater depth.
Okay.
What you value, what you respect in yourself and others.
That's a weird way to say that. Do you normally say things like that?
Say was most important.
This guy was the Russian dude in 1997 Godzilla. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. I didn't hear what he just said. I value honesty.
So, you would tell the truth. even if it resulted in an unpleasant outcome for a friend. And what about honesty then? And charity?
I think that charity, I don't know. They're both pretty important.
Charity is overrated, I suppose. Better to be true to yourself than to help others in need, eh?
Sure.
Oh, once again, I'm afraid we're out of time. We'll talk again soon.
Okay. Can you not do the whole spider and dead animal on the table thing? What is going on with this place? It's changing. Does it normally change like... Did it change last time too? Chapter 3. Haunted. 8 hours till dawn. Wait a minute.
So, it says here. To communicate with the spirit world...
Where did you get that and why?
Of all preconceptions, drop all inhibitions, and generally give yourself over entirely to the will of others.
He seems like a legit therapist. Very much so. We are about to go on another break here in a little bit, so when we do, I'll pause and we'll come back to the action once we get a chance.
Oh, I'm deadly serious.
Oh, shush it. Let's try this.
Yes, please.
Okay, then.
I don't like Chris. I gotta say, I'm not a big Chris fan.
Oh my, there is an incoming break for adverts in 2 minutes.
Flippant. Abacadabra? I'm gonna be serious about this.
Okay. Is anyone there? Will you reveal yourself to us if you're there?
Yeah. Do that. Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Did you do that?
I didn't do anything.
It's moving again.
H?
No, don't do it. Don't.
I swear it's just moving.
Is it HP Lovecraft?
How are we supposed to help?
I don't know. What does it mean?
We need to know who it is if we're supposed to help them.
How can we help? Who needs help? I don't know. Who needs help?
Who are you? Oh, here it goes.
Okay, S.
I.
S. T.
E.
R.
Sister.
No, don't do this to him. Don't.
Oh, come on. Is this
Don't.
for real?
Shut up.
Don't do this to him. That's horrible. This is horrible.
Yeah. Okay, well, which sister is it then?
Ashley, ask who it is.
I'm gonna say Hannah. Rude? It is very rude. Let's go with Hannah.
Who are we speaking to? Hannah? Is that you?
This is messed up.
Josh? Are you...
I'm fine.
Are you sure? Because we can stop.
No, we should definitely stop.
Dude,
this is a really bad idea.
Hear what it says.
Well,
I don't know where to start.
Think about it. If this is actually Hannah, I mean...
okay, we're about to go on break here now. So since we're kind of in a pretty interesting moment, I'm going to go ahead and pause now so we can get through this break. When I get back, we'll continue onwards and see what Hannah has to say. Also, if one of these guys is fucking around, unless it is Josh, which is actually kind of psychopathic if it is him, that's weird, but that's a weird thing to do. But we'll be back very shortly. I will see you guys in a minute. Enjoy the break. Yeah, but could you imagine that, Gecko? Like, you're just trying to take out, you're just like, oh man, I'm here to get rid of some of these rodents and what the fuck? What? Why do they have weapons? What the hell is going on? Why is that one wearing a pointy hat? It's weird. That one has metal legs. Why are they armed? That's weird. That's a little weird. Just saying. It's kind of strange. Don't know what to make of that. I think I would probably leave. I think, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this. Like, that's kind of the thing. It's like, you got to imagine this guy's like, I don't get paid enough for this. We're gonna rage. Rage against the machine. Fancy armor won't save you. Siobhan, you've already got power, so that means throws you into jail instead. Yeah, that's the worst she could say is no. She really kind of took it to an extreme. 250 points? 250? Wait a second. Oh my god.
The airlock.
It's in the air. Okay. Maybe if we go in and trigger it. Oh god.
Let's go. Inside. Go. Just go.
No! Ah!
No, death! Hurry, close the door, close the door.
Ah! That's the worst thing I've ever seen! No!
They were asking for help.
That can't be good.
Here for the light. I do not care who they are.
Boy is defective.
Boy
That's what I'm
is just
saying.
a little glitch in the system.
You have
Maybe a
something to
good
say.
smack upside the head will set him straight. Or maybe he's just rebelling because he knows who the real star of the show is, Winks.
What's happening? Whoa.
Oh my god, my bot is advocating for child abuse. I don't know about this. Do something! Shoot your loads! Be more horny is what I'm saying. I'm saying these penises need to be more horny. They need to be way more horny than they're being. That is the only way I succeed. Is if they would just be more horny. All right? Can we agree?
Around me and I do not see like anything that says like, hey, here's the entrance, you dummy.
That's evil.
Revenge! 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 All right, we are back. We are back, everyone. Hope you had a good break, got some water, got some good rest in, whatever you need to do. But we're back to see the end of this, see what Hannah has to say. You know, definitely Hannah. This is definitely not a prank by anyone, I would assume. You got some pomegranate dark chocolate. Ooh, are those like those little balls? Like, I can't remember, they're like the little like ball ones. Those are good. I love those. They have like the acai and those ones. Brookside, that's it. I love those. They're so good. They're dangerous though. Very dangerous. All right. Let's get back to the game though, because I want to see where this goes. Hopefully this isn't a prank, because that would be really horrible if that was the case, but we'll see. We're fixing to find out.
Josh?
I can handle it.
I don't know about that. That seems like a bad decision on your part there, Joshy.
Let me think.
No. Probe, what happened to you? Apologize. We're so sorry. Yes.
Hannah, if you can hear this, like, really hear this, we all want to apologize for what happened.
It was stupid and mean, and we're sorry.
We're so sorry, Hannah. B E T R. I don't like this.
Betrayed.
What does she mean?
It's still going.
Oh God. K I L L E D. No.
Killed.
We didn't kill them. It was just a prank.
Ash, calm down.
It was just a prank, Han.
Sorry, I am so sorry.
What do they mean?
Ask them what happened. It's the only way to know. Ask them, Ash.
Why does Ash have to ask everything? Who killed you? How did you die?
Okay. How did you die?
Hannah, what happened to you? L? I? B?
The library. Maybe there's something in the library here?
E? R? O? O?
Proof. There's proof.
In the library?
Oh, what the fuck?
Holy shit. Chris?
You know what? No, this is bullshit. This isn't real.
Josh, I don't know what's going on.
Listen, look, I don't know if you think messing with me is somehow going to help me deal with my grief.
No, that's definitely, hopefully not what they were trying to do. It's not okay, no.
Use the spirit board.
Hey, calm down. It's not actually.
He did kind of want to do that. That was kind of on him, so I don't know why that would be the case, but that's great. No.
Ah, man,
None of this is okay. No, this is all bad.
Just give him some time.
I don't blame him. That was crazy. The pointer flew right off the table.
And if you were faking it, you were doing one hell of a job.
I wasn't faking anything. I think we should do what it says. We should look in the library.
Are we looking for the lead pipe in the library? It was Colonel Mustard all along. We should have known. Mike.
Yes?
Jess? I'd like to think all that time we just experienced was him just standing behind that log after the scream being like, oh, what do I do? Should I do something about this? I'm definitely going to go after her. And then like it's literally been like an hour and a half later and he's like, okay, I guess I'll go. It's always the people named after condiments, right? It's always that. Colonel Mustard in the library with the lead pipe.
Where did you go? This is not funny.
Why would I touch that? Why would I do that? Why would I? No. Why would I?
There?
That or Sergeant Pepper. Take it back. You only kill 3 of these people.
Oh, come on.
Hello. Oh, this is going to go well. This is going to go real well. There is a beer in there, though. I guess I definitely should get that beer that's in. Ah! Motherfucker! My cat is after all your little spooky floaties. They are pretty cute. They should be. What is that doing in there? Who did that?
Yes? Hun?
Who did? Who done do that and why? And I don't know. I'm gonna go this way. There's probably a totem over here. There's definitely a totem down there. You have faith? I take it back. You're only going to kill 3 of these people? Oh, good. Wait.
This is not funny.
Wait. Wait, there it is.
Glass pomegranate chocolate is always dangerous. Sure.
I had to put away
the
my
risk
pomegranate.
Of eating the whole bag
I agree.
in one sitting is just too high.
Oh, God.
It's like
that
playing
was
until
Beth.
dawn, but with snacks. Maybe the real enemy isn't the monsters, but the temptation of Brookside chocolates.
Fred knows what's up. Vryn knows exactly what's up. What was that? Wait, I missed it. Vryn, you're getting too clever. What was that? I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. Which one's new? I think it was... I don't know. Fortune, maybe? Hunger? Why would there be hunger? I mean, it said Beth, but... Sure. I don't know why that would be the case. Oh, look, he can run. One of them can actually run.
I totally promise I won't murder you when I find you.
Why would you say that out loud? That seems like the... Oh my God!
Oh my... No.
Where did you find that? And also...
I'm not seeing it.
No, Mike.
No. You recorded that?
Look at your face.
That's how people get shot?
Scared, Jet. You can't just jump out at somebody. I'm in the middle of the woods. It's scary.
I'm sorry to scare you.
If you send that to anybody,
I'm what?
Gonna kill you. No. I'm gonna see this thing. Oh, where's the delete button? Is this it here?
No.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
But you look so cute when you're scared.
Call the police.
Cute little ladylike scream, Michael. Guess you never really know someone until you've scared the pants off of them.
far as I can tell, my pants are still on.
Oh, is
Or tie him up if I don't trust him. You don't trust Mike?
challenge?
Mike is a stand-up uh-oh. Hmm. That's probably bad. I'm gonna go towards whatever that was. What's the worst that could happen? Hello? I heard something over here. Never mind. What's that? There's a thing on here. It's a heart. Who could this be?
Look at this fun little lovebird carving.
I don't know what it says. M+E. Oh, I bet that's Mike and Emily. I bet it was Mike and Emily. Mike!
M and an E. Any idea
What could that be?
Oh, could be any, you know, Elizabeth and Myron.
Or maybe Michael and Emily? Relax. I just didn't realize you were so sappy. Pun intended.
Go for it. Give it the old.
I may look like a tough and rugged, manly man on the exterior, but deep down, I'm in touch with my feelings. I'm not afraid to show a little affection now and again.
Oh yeah? You gonna show me some affection later?
Girl, all kinds of affection.
Oh, is that a check I can cash?
Wink.
Let's go, Casanova.
I don't know. They're kind of failing in the whole Casanova department. I'm just going to put that out there. They're both not very good at this whole flirting thing. Like, essentially, their entire flirtation is essentially just being like, I'm going to have sex with you. Me too. I'm going to have sex with you. Okay, good to know. Wait, do they want me to go that way? What's this? A baseball?
Cool.
Why? Oh, that seems safe. Hold on. I'm going to go this way first. Because, you know, I don't want to die on a bridge. Also, there's probably something over here. Or maybe not. I have no idea. What do I know? Oh, wait. Is this where I found that thing already? Or is this a different one? This could be a different one. It might be a different one. Are you a different one? I don't know if you're a different one. Oh, it is definitely a different one. I found a different one. Hold on. Gotta hold it. There it is. What in the fuck? I don't know what any of these mean. And I'm definitely gonna be ready for whatever they are. I'm gonna know exactly what to do when the time comes. You mark my words. I will be. All right, this is going to be perfectly safe and not break halfway through in a stereotypical way.
Wow. It's kind of like a real winter wonderland out here now.
Hey, girl, you know I'll hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that counts. You were told to come out here because you were too much of a bitch. So, just to be clear. What the fuck was that?
Was it someone screaming?
No. No.
Kind of sounded like that.
Squirrel.
That's not what squirrels sound like. Michael,
down.
you're not a smart person. I'm just going to put that out there.
What?
Do you hear that?
No.
Yes.
Hello?
Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Marco. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the whoa now.
The thing almost killed us.
Yeah, it's a good thing I threw a snowball at it and scared it. That was definitely the right move. Jojo, calm down, okay? Jeezums. We throw one snowball at you and you freak the F out, okay? Calm down. Is this the legendary love shack we've been hearing so much about?
Everything you described, Michael.
Wait, what?
The cabin. I love it.
Yeah.
What? I don't think this is it. I hope this isn't it. Don't throw snowballs at me. It's spoopy. All right, fair enough. What's this? Billy Bates. Billy Bates. Does that say Billy? Billy? I'm not that kind of a jerk. What are you doing?
Hey, check out this mask.
Ew, why?
It's so weird, right?
It creeps me out.
What was she doing?
You like it? Want to make out?
Big Billy Bodacious Bates? It is the one and the same. One and the same.
Mask is cool.
Is he stoned now? What was that all about? He looked stoned for a second there. Let me go see if there's anything else in here really quick. All right, this is the best cabin I've ever seen. All right, time to do the sex. Remember, because that's our flirtation style, is I'm going to have sex with you. And you're like, yep, totally going to sex you real bad, real good. It's going to be great. All right, let's go. I'm going to do the sex with you. And you go, yep, we're totally going to do the sex together. Flirting. Gonna do a sex. We're just gonna do a sex, but only singular one. Ah! God damn it, JoJo! Quit ruining the moment. We can't do the sex if we're scared because you keep freaking out. I didn't even throw a snowball at you that time. That's not even fair.
What is that?
I don't know.
Not sure I want to know.
I don't either. All right, let's keep going in the... Oh, okay, that's bad. We're not going to question how it happened. You're not going to ask the question. There's an obvious question here of how did this happen? Kill it, I guess. We got to put it out of its misery.
Okay, bud. Hey. I'm going to make this quick for you, okay?
Oh, no.
Okay. How do I...
Okay,
can't watch this.
Mike,
Okay.
do it quick.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. What the hell? No, we gotta run. What the fuck? Oh my God, jump. What in the hell was that? We gotta go back to the big cabin. We should probably follow path. Don't do stupid. Don't do a stupid. Oh, okay. No, do the thing. Run faster. Be quick. Is she about to get murdered? Oh, wow. That's perfect. Help. I don't know. I'm just picking things. Okay, thanks for being smart like that.
Get the key! Get it open!
Oh my God.
What?
Had it under control. Whole time.
Bullshit.
No, 100%, 100%, 110.
Are they seriously joking right now?
Holy crap, I feel like I just ran a marathon.
I think we kind of did.
Was it a bear?
No.
Gotta be.
No.
Things are crazy fast.
Bears don't move like that.
Things not gonna come barging
That's.
in. I promise.
Are you?
How can you be sure?
Yeah, I don't think you could possibly be
Bears
sure
don't
about
know how
that.
to open cabin doors.
I've seen them open car doors
What? Where?
on the internet.
Really? Okay. Well, this isn't the internet, Jess. Right? This is real life.
Well, this is,
And I
well, it's
promise
close
you that
enough.
bear
Okay, whatever
or
you're
anything
saying.
else is gonna open that cabin door.
Well,
I guess you're right.
no.
Okay. I'm almost feeling
All right,
relaxed
guys.
again.
All right, guys. We're fine. So we're just gonna do a sex, and then nothing bad will happen. So, all right, Jess, you ready? I'm gonna flirt with you real quick. We're gonna do a sex, and then you say I'm gonna do a sex with you.
There is a fireplace.
Sexy, right? Yum.
Fire to
Yum yum yum. Nom nom nom.
Michael, I am a lady, and a lady needs a proper romantic setting.
Okay.
This is all they can think about.
A lady would like to cuddle up with her man by a nice cozy fire bathed in atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike,
Yeah.
fire and mood lighting.
Yes. My lady.
Sex is proper romance. Sex is a proper romantic setting. Probably. All right, let's see about fire and shit. Hold on. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. I could go check it.
Fuck, Mike.
What?
Oh, crap.
What?
Where is it?
What? What's wrong?
Gone. It is gone, okay?
Jess, slow down. What is gone?
My freaking phone, Sherlock.
Can't find it?
Crap, no. I must have dropped it outside.
Oh. Shit.
I can't lose my phone. My parents will kill me.
You can always get a new one.
That's like my 4th one this year.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll help you look for it.
It's gotta be outside.
Yeah, I don't think we want to go.
See, this is why I like guys. Do you know how hard it is to lighting a fire you cuddle by? With a BF, you can just cuddle under the blankets. I mean, I'm sure you could do it either way, but it just seems like I wouldn't need to do a fire because they wouldn't be assholes about it. What was I going to look at over here? I came over here for a reason. Oh, here we go. I'm not sure yum yum is the appropriate response for flirting. It can be.
Looky. Who's gonna fire up some nookie?
You've been dying to use that line since we got here, haven't you?
Am I supposed to go outside to find the phone? Am I supposed to do that? I don't really want to, though. Jess, are you sure you're going to be okay with it? I think you'll be fine without it, you know? 4 in a year, I think there's a problem. Yeah, I think we might have...
Make out with an ice sculpture. I suggest you get a fire going.
Nice. This will lighten up the mood a little.
Yes. All right. This is going to go... Ow! Oh, perfect.
Why, are you okay?
What are you doing?
A lot.
It's the lights.
I know it's the lights, dummy. You broke them.
It's probably faulty wiring or something.
I'm on like 1 in almost like 3 years. I'm kind of the same way. Is that Hannah? Tennis photo. Anything on the back? Hannah winning bronze Alberta Invitational. Holy shit. Hannah, you had a bright future, you know, if you were not dead. So that's a shame. Shut up. God, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't. I want nothing. You know what? There's a bed. I don't know about you, but all these characters seem super rational and clean-headed. Absolutely. They're all the best. They are all the best. There's a...
Oh, hell yeah.
Is this really the...
More inventive.
Is this really the Karma Sutra?
Not sure if I'm ready for such
Hold on, let's see what this says. When one of the lover presses with force one or both of the thighs of the other between his or her own, it is called the clasping of thighs. Various manifold uses of pleasure in all its highest spiritual and physical forms. What a husband must desire most profoundly. Nazen, tell me Nazen's most embarrassing moment.
Oh God. You really want the tea? Nazen's most embarrassing moment? Easy. One time, this lemur tried to impress me by doing a backflip.
I
and
did
ended
not
up launching straight into a wall like a sock fired out of a cannon.
I don't know what
The
you're
sound of
talking
regret?
about.
Absolutely priceless.
I have no idea what he's talking about. That never happened. Hold on, I'm gonna finish talking about this sex position real quick. Hold on. What a husband must desire most profoundly in his wife or mistress the many and intimate delights of the flesh are an expression both of worldly affection and spiritual oneness. Hence, when the husband takes the position known as the elephant rising. I hope that's real. I really do hope that's real. So what I'm hearing is all guys want is to get their head squeezed between thighs. I mean, clearly. Elephant rising. The wife responds with that known by the ancients as the swan in splendor. The advanced position known as the hermit plays his lyre is often coupled with one with which goes by many names, but is commonly called the daisy blooms. Elephant rising sounds like a sex position. I mean, it's fairly obvious what they're saying there. So anyway, let's see what this is all about, right? When one kisses the image of a person reflected in a mirror or in water, or his own shadow on a wall, it is the kiss of declaration. When a woman places either thigh across that of her lover, it is called the entwined position. Yep, sure is. All right, there's guys, there's only 2 pages. Did you know that? There's only 2 pages in the Karma Sutra? Only 2. There's only 2 sex positions. Period. If you think there's more, you're wrong. Oh God, I just saw that and I don't like it. Oh yeah, this is gonna go well for me. This is gonna go perfectly well. Love it. Love it. Ah! Oh, actually no, Mike's just an idiot.
Fucking shit, fuck.
So what I heard is the 2 positions are elephant rising and sock fired from a cannon. Yes, those are them, 100%. Those are them. The 2 sex positions. And if you think there's anything more, you are clearly mistaken. And you couldn't be more wrong. And you should go sit in a corner and think about that. What am I doing? Am I supposed to be helping you find your phone or some shit? I thought there was something about a phone. And then I don't remember. All right, whatever. This place needs a ton of candles. Probably. Ooh, what is this? Flip.
This'll take care of the mood lighting.
No, it won't. That thing's horrific. Open. Log. All right.
Man 1, fire 0.
1,000 candles.
Very nice. Bravo.
All right.
Are we just forgetting about the phone thing? She made such a big deal about the phone thing. Now she's not saying anything about it at all.
Well, I wish we had some booze.
Well, if I'd have known that ahead of time.
I don't know. I'm kind of I'm not feeling it yet.
What's wrong? She wants a sex? She's saying she doesn't want a sex.
No. I mean, I thought you were one way, but you're kind of another way. If that makes sense? It's not your fault.
Jess, I really like you. Whoever you think I am, well, just give me a chance, and I will show you what you need.
Well, I am liking your confidence.
I have a book in the other room that'll tell us all about the 2 sex positions we could try.
What about them?
Close them, please?
There's no one out there.
I feel like someone's watching us. I don't like it.
There might be someone watching us.
Really? It's
What if there is? What if there is like 14 people out there?
Don't like it.
Oh, turns out you're wrong. There might be someone watching us. Or something. This is going to go well. Oh, they're doing the thing. They're doing the weird camera angle again. I'm sure that nothing will happen from that. Nothing to worry about here. Just a closed shutter.
Wow. Shutters are shuttered. Now, where were we?
Not at all. Be more clear.
I'm sorry. I think I'm a little freaked out, and it's hard for me to like keep this up. And
what? Keep what up?
Look, I act all super confident and like a total sexy babe and everything, but underneath, I gotta be honest, I'm really kind of insecure.
You don't say. Reassuring. Reassuring.
What?
You have nothing
You're so
to
hot.
be insecure about.
Oh, you have no idea.
Sure I do. You're just like me and everyone else. We're all insecure. But you know how to.
What does this have to do with being hot?
You might call it a front, but it's real.
All right.
I guess I do.
Yeah. And that's super fucking hot.
Ah, there it is. We found it. We finally got there. It took us a little bit, but we finally got there. Would you like to do a sex now, please? We've been kind of
Maybe
ready
I
for this.
Handle you too.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely ready to be handled.
What are you looking at? That's not the sexiest face. Oh, okay. Someone else. Hey, looks like whatever this is wants to do a threesome, so this should get real sexy here real quick. I'm down if they are, or whatever that is. The more the merrier, I always say. Or maybe he just wants to watch. Some people are into that. You never know. Oh, okay. Ooh, spooky threesome. I do like, yeah, the spookier the better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. How would he know? Damn, Mike is buff. Mike works out. Holy shit. Mike, you've been hitting the gym, I would say. Pretty aggressively. Good for you, my friend. What am I doing? Am I going towards the inevitable danger that I should not be worried about at all? Wait. Am I hearing music? What the fuck? Is that music?
It's your phone.
You're not going to question that. You're not going to question that.
How is it my phone?
I don't know. It just came through the window.
No one's going to say anything about that?
Oh, for fuck's sake, god damn it.
What?
Those goddamn assholes probably followed us out here to fuck with us, and just when we were getting down to business.
Just don't, whatever you're about to do, don't do it. Just know, whatever you're about to do, don't do it.
Yeah, pricks. That means you. I know you're out there. The fuck are you trying to do? You want to ruin our fun that bad?
Yes, apparently they do. Hey, it's right in front of you. You probably should move. Can you not see that? It's...
That's right. We are going to have sex.
Okay. We're going to have a sex right now.
Because I know we're going to. Give me a break.
You okay? Oh my God. What the hell? That's not a normal hand. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that's that was a sock from a cannon position. Pretty sure that's what it was. Pretty close.
Girls were communicating with us?
No, I don't.
I don't know if I wish they were or if I wish they weren't.
I guess we should find out.
Where are we going? Is this the library? This isn't a very good library.
Josh looked really freaked out at the seance.
Yeah, I mean,
The sock is cannoning.
it together, but
Do you think we shouldn't have mentioned his
Maybe we
sisters?
should have done the other one.
why we came back up here?
We should have definitely done the other one.
Not to like have a seance. Maybe we
You
went
know,
too far.
sock from a cannon is a very specific thing. I should be looking around more. I have not being very thorough, and I could find another thing, totem, and that could be, as far as I know, the difference between life and death. There's something right there. What is this? I found a clue. That's good. That's what I was looking for, is a clue. And boxes. Not sure how much of a clue that actually was, but fair enough. Let's go. Chris, what are your thoughts on a sock from a cannon position? Is that your thing? Or are you the other one? Do you like the other thing? The only two positions possible? All right, tell me your preference. What is that? Oh, I found another one. Unless this is one I've already found. I don't know. This is kind of weird to find one of these in here, you know what I mean? It feels kind of weird that I found this. Oh! That's the best totem I've ever found. That's my favorite totem, Chris. Chris is an elephant kind of guy. He might be. He likes the elephant rising. Chris, you into that elephant rising? What's your thoughts there?
Damn it.
All right. Tell me more, Chris. What the fuck? What in the fuck?
Are you okay?
I think so. Look.
What?
There was something behind the books.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a button?
Why would there be a button?
That's a good question.
Should I push it?
That's what buttons are for, I guess.
No. If you find a button on a bookcase in someone's house, you probably find this guy and you go, what the fuck?
Tunnel opens. Head explodes.
Are we like in a movie right now?
If we are, I hope it's a rom-com.
Leave it to the Washingtons to have secret passages in their house?
I mean, maybe they didn't even
Why would you leave that to them? You have...
So,
these guys don't question anything. I don't understand how these guys... What was that?
Gee, thanks.
I don't understand how these guys don't question anything. They're literally just like, oh yeah, this is normal. Totally fine. Can't believe that we didn't see this sooner. Oh. Ah, no. I don't like that. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't know what this is. I can't turn that way for some reason. What is that? Oh.
what?
I will take them and bleed them like pigs, rip their soft white skin off. Fucking 16 years. 16 years I waited for the pretty little Hannah and Beth. Okay, that's good.
Holy cow.
Be honest. Always be honest.
I don't want to freak you out, but look at this.
What? Chris, what is that?
I think this might be what the spirit board wanted us to find.
The clue?
Yeah,
It's a clue.
Let me see it.
Big raging clue.
A threat.
Chris, this is serious. We need to find Josh right now.
Yeah, Josh is really going to love seeing that. Josh is going to be like, oh, great. Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Hey, Josh, I think we found out that your sisters were... What the fuck was that? Not a bad idea to leave. Might be the best idea to leave. You know, we could probably catch the last gondola down if we hurry. Josh, I think your sister doll, that's the one that was locked before. That, yeah, we should definitely go that way. Wait a minute. Ashley, what do you think about going down the corridor that's now open? What do you think? I am not able to move that well.
Do you think someone was actually after Hannah and Beth?
If so, that would be really messed up.
What was that? Oh, November 8, 2013. Dr. CJR Swaffham, Race and Ethnicity Department. Dear Dr. Swaffham, thank you for your response. It's good to know that the tribe still feel an attachment to the land here. Even if we have a few unfortunate problems, graffiti people sleeping in the outbuildings, this is their ancestral home after all. I have made contact with the descendants of the tribe and intend to make a donation to the Elder Council. Healing the wounds of the past won't be easy, but I feel it's a step in the right direction. Yours sincerely, Melinda Washington. On reverse, saw that crazy guy again. Thursday, 9/17, hanging around the generator shed. I'm gonna start keeping a record. Oh, that's...
Looks like it was written by Josh's mom.
Yeah, she's really making an effort to set things right with some native tribe or something.
Yep, the bad karma goes back a long way.
Alrighty. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Arctic Chillin'.
Arctic, what's going on? No, you're the cutie. I will not say... What? Can I go through this door? I'm gonna leave. I can't leave. How's it going, Arctic? How are you doing? I'm just... We were talking earlier about the, we saw the Karma Sutra book in the cabin, and we found out that there's literally only 2 positions for sex, period. That there's only 2. There's only 2 possible. So we learned a lot from this.
Good boy, such a good boy.
Thank you. I am. I know. I very much am. I'm very, very appreciative of that.
There was like
Yay.
this wanted poster, like full on Western style,
What?
And Sam really thought there was someone following her around.
So what you're saying, there's some criminal up on the mountain with us?
Yes.
There was a message on this answering machine I found, and it was from this sergeant saying that there was this guy who had just gotten out of prison and there was nothing he could do.
What do you mean?
He was saying it like a warning. Well, there was that guy I told you about.
Wait, what guy?
What guy?
The guy who threatened the Washingtons. I mean, he said he wanted to take revenge by burning the whole place down. And then I found that crazy...
Why? What's with the weird cuts? What is with the weird cuts?
Make me feel better?
Is it because I found a certain things and that's what they're talking about? Okay. That's normal.
You hear that?
That was Josh.
Coming from
Josh? Joshy Washy?
Josh! We're coming!
Oh!
Ashley!
Hello?
What's going on? Let me in!
Hey, that's not good.
Ashley!
Uh-oh.
Are you okay?
I can't go. Okay. Okay, you're so good at this.
Ash? Ash!
Oh my god. No. That's a no. You okay? Ashley, you okay? Ashley, if you're not okay, I can't teach you about the 2 possible sex positions. The only 2 in existence. So, okay. This guy might know something about it, though. We can ask him. Why is that there in your thingy? What the fuck? What is that? No, wait, hold on. Are we not going to talk? Why? Doctor, are you trying to tell me about your kinks? Because not really into it. I'm just going to put this out there. If you're not okay, blink twice. He will not. He will definitely not do that. I don't think he's capable of it.
I'm going to show you some pictures of people that you have come to know.
I have other questions, though.
But maybe you don't like them as much as you pretend to. Well, this
That's a big pen.
Exercise in honesty.
Okay.
Tell me which person from each pair you like the most. Take your time. Your answers are important.
Why would they be important? All right, out of these two, I prefer Sam so far. Oh, flip. I probably prefer, definitely Matt. I mean, he's kind of he's kind of letting himself be in control, but definitely out of the two of them. Probably Ashley, because Chris is just kind of weird. I don't really like Chris all that much. Oh, of the two of them, probably Mike. Oh, keep going. Oh, Josh. I don't really like Emily at all. Oh, of these two, probably Chris over Jessica.
So tell me, in this little game you're playing so diligently, who is it that you most dislike?
Oh, am I doing this now? Of these two, I think so far, I don't like either of them, though. I probably like Emily less overall. But actually, I don't like either of them. Actually, I think Jessica, because she's just... I'm going to go with Jessica. I don't like Jessica at all.
Jess is cute and perhaps a little stupid, but you don't need to worry about her now when she's out of the way.
What?
Just focus on the others.
Why would I need to worry about that? What are you trying to say right now? Are we, though?
Let's talk again soon.
Okay. We'll do that. Why is that there? Can we talk about this, Doctor? I feel like we should talk about that. I feel like that's kind of important. Chapter 4. All right. Hold on. Do you save? Or does it autosave? I'm guessing it autosaves. They are both so awful. It's... Hold on. Before you do that, I think this is a good spot at chapter 4 to put a stop for now, because that... I don't know what's going on here, and if I keep going, I'll be going for like another hour or so, but I'm going to put a stop to it here. So we will go do that, and then we'll go put that away, and then we'll go to here. But they are both very awful. I agree with you, Dog Toy. They are both terrible. That's fun. I'm trying to remember a lot of this game. I think I'm beyond the point where I didn't get through last time, so this is all pretty brand new. The graphics are pretty good. Some of the facial animations are a little weird. And the dialogue, I do appreciate that they are trying to keep it very like cheesy B-movie style. And the characters are very like, because I think in like the 80s horror movies, that was kind of a thing too. Like, wasn't the whole like original Friday the 13th, like the mom was just mad at all of the teenagers because they just wanted to go have sex with each other. And that was like the entire point, is that because two of them went and had sex, her son died. I think that's the whole thing. So I do appreciate that they are trying to like keep that type of thing going. It's really funny. I do like that style. So I think that's good. We will continue on with this later this week. Before we do, we're going to try and go into more.
Hello, Raven
Dramatic. How's it going? How are you doing today? Good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to do some more Omori starting on Tuesday, so we'll try and get through some more Omori. I got to do some grinding in that, though, because I was getting my ass whipped by that princess. And then we have Arctic, if you're still there. We got some spooky game we got to decide on, so we need to figure that out, which one we're going to do. Big spooky game coming up here pretty soon. I should do this. And yeah, so we got a spooky game coming in. Silent Hill 2. I might do that if we get through this game before the end of the month, which we probably will. I might go to Silent Hill 2. I've heard good things. Spooky games. Woo. I know we need to pick which one it is, though. I'm not sure if we made a decision on that. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. But either way, we got that, and then we'll play some more until dawn later this week. So we got a big jam-packed Halloween. I've taken it over. It's Halloween, okay? Get ready for some more Halloween coming in. But big thank you to Ollie the Foxo for the raid today. I very much appreciate it. Revelation 778 for the raid. I appreciate you. Jojo, Otto Otter, and Zora, thank you all so much for the subs today. I very much appreciate all of you and everybody who joined. Really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me, coming back for my work trip. I'm glad to be back. It's been fun. In the meantime, who's out here playing tonight? Let's see. I'm going to send it over. I'm going to try and do a lot of more smaller streamers than me, which, you know, is difficult to do, but we'll try and find people who are smaller, because I know they changed some of the rules around this, and I kind of want to keep it like smaller as I can when I do these from here on out. So we're going to do, you know what? He was in chat earlier. We're going to go say hello to Spice Stoner, who's playing a little Metaphor. Refantazio. So give him the old love, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, have a wonderful night. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night. Goodbye. Hello, goodbye.